And good morning, everyone. Colin here over at Inside Cycling World. Hey guys, I'm up and at it today. I even beat the commencement of the neutralized start, whereas yesterday I was barely alive. Good to see everyone here already in the chat. Just going to launch my YouTube over here. I see the chat's already super active. Awesome stuff, guys. Stage 9 of the Tour de France. It just keeps getting better, folks. Yesterday we had a little bit of a slow start with our sprint point being at 84.5 kilometers into the stage. So they all took it pretty easy after a couple of days of destroying each other on those rolling hills. Then the breakaway took off. Total Energies, the duo, Bergado and Matteo Vircher at the front going for it. I did find some stuff afterwards. Hopefully I can pull those up right away here if I remember. And they talk about it. Hey man, no one wants to work. No one wants to go. A lot of guys it's the Tour de France. It's part of the honor and the respect of the race to race. And not just kind of have a little, roll along, even though they were moving at 42k an hour all day. Now that I've got this going here, there it is. Let's open up this over here. I can now get that going. I'm trying to do my setup a little different. So they have departed, guys. They are off. Just want to show you some stuff here. So let's take a look at the route today. Hit the live route. Let's let this load up. Actually, it's not even showing that they've left yet, probably because we haven't hit the official start yet. Remember, most days, guys, at the Tour de France, every day right now, there is a neutralized start, unless it's, say, a time trial. Looks like today we got 7.4 kilometers. And I'm going to say that they're already a good kilometer in right now, just with the delay here. Incredible sprint finish yesterday by Jonathan Milan, the Italian. Key thing for that, guys, I think it was 119 or 120 stages I read that it had been since an Italian had won a stage at the Tour de France. So it had been a very long time there. Here's a cool thing to know. Today we are traveling from Chinon to Chateauroux. Now, Chateauroux apparently has been nicknamed. There's a big sign up apparently outside the town, the city. They've renamed it Cavendish City because way back when, this is the city that Cavendish won his first ever stage at the Tour de France. We all know how incredible Cavendish is as a sprinter. Went on to win a historic 35 stages, eclipsing one Eddie Merckx just last year. Eddie Merckx at 34 wins, 34 victories at the Tour de France. Mark Cavendish got 35. I bet you he could have squeaked out another. Probably could have squeaked out another. Hopefully Mark's not watching and he's regarding that decision. So this one's going to be a good one, guys. Don't sleep on this one here. Let's look at the profile. Here's what's going to set it up today. Besides the fact that it's a stage at the Tour de France. It is the Tour. Win a stage at the Tour de France, you'll be famous in your country. You'll be remembered forever. You'll be the local hero of wherever it is that you live. Just trying to get everything dialed in here. We're going to go live over here. Okay, we're good there. Let's take a look at the profile. So you can see here at Cyreny, it's called La Belle Indienne. 24 looks like about 24.2 kilometers is what I'm reading on the bottom of the screen here, from the start today. So I'm imagining at the start point today, it's going to be full guns. The sprint teams are going to be, let's see how the neutralized start goes. I'm going to keep a look at the neutralized start now. And I want to see if the the riders behind the commissioner's car, the tour director's car, if they're all the sprint teams. Let's jump to the chat. Trying to do things a bit different here today, guys. Man, that screen gives me a lot of brightness, doesn't it? A lot of brightness. We'll come back to that one there, try to dial that down. Let's talk to everyone here today, folks. I got to turn that one up a tiny bit. Ooh, you guys are busy. Okay, that's top chat. Let's get live chat. Looks like everyone thinks it's going to be a breakaway today. We got 85% of the. You know what? I'm saying breakaway too. Do I get to vote? Maybe. Heading way back here, folks. Yeah, I'm just catching up here. Someone asked about the rest day. Tuesday is the rest day this year. That's because Bastille Day is tomorrow, and I guess that's how they're doing it. July 14th is Bastille Day. Is that correct? What's the date today? 13th today. Riders rolling out. Remco, polka dot jersey there. Yellow jersey of Taddy. And we've just rolled out, and I can see just before the start of the neutralized finish that I think the sprint teams might already want to get in position just to try to start slowing down some of the attacks right away. Then what I think is going to happen is after that sprint stage, there's going to be a ton of teams that don't have anything to show at the Tour de France yet that are going to start pushing the front. This is set up for a breakaway day. I think they will let the breakaway form, and then it's going to be up to the sprint teams to work to bring them back. It's going to be one of those cat and mouse stages, I believe. Evan says he left yesterday around the 13K mark, then Jonathan Milan won the stage. I left soon. Yeah, it was a pretty awesome sprint finish. If you did see the very finish yesterday, what I did yesterday was I wanted to call live how I saw the stage, so on my slightly delayed feed. I'm calling it live on this screen over here. I'm looking up at that screen there out of the corner of my eye. They flashed Quinn Simmons as the stage winner. And I did say I'd look at my reaction, but I didn't. And I was like, what? Because just before that, I saw Quinn Simmons way out the back, riding at the back of the peloton. So I called it, and I'm glad I did it that way because Jonathan Milan easily powered to the win. Even with Wout van Aert on his wheel, and Wout's back on form, it looks like. Second place at the sprint yesterday. Caden Groves looking really good too. Caden Groves was led up there by Mathieu van der Poel. Pascal Ackermann was there too. There was another Israel Premier Tech rider there. Not sure who the lead-out man is for Pascal Ackermann. Finished a strong fourth. Cole Kane, dude, so good to have you back. Thank you again for all your support. Good morning, gents, as he's saying. Probably a sweltering day there already in Saudi Arabia. Cole, I also joined you on Strava. I'm sorry I didn't see that on Friday. I think you sent me an invite on Friday. Just caught up. And Ian Holmes, I think Ian usually jumps on a little bit later into the stream. I'm on Strava with him now too. So guys, Strava is a fitness tracker. Cole, looks like you're rocking it, dude. You look like you're in really good shape right now. And great ride too. Second coffee in the morning. I'm on my second too, Evan. Yeah, I think this is going to be a banger all the way today, guys, with the sprint coming early. Why don't we do this quickly? We'll come back here. Let's take a look at the point standings right now. Still in the neutralized start, guys. We're going to go straight to the green jersey here. General ranking, we got Jonathan Milan at 182 points. Taddy at 156. A big chunk of that donated to him, the 50 points on the Mur de Bretagne. Generally, that was a weird race because it was an uphill finish, but it wasn't like a Category 1 climb. They kind of they changed up the rules for the crash at the finish, the 3-kilometer crash zone, where you get the same time as your groups. They changed that, and they gave all-out sprint points, even though it wasn't really a sprint finish. It was a hill climber sprint finish, but not big guys like Jonathan Milan sprint finish. Binyam Girmay, 124 points. Don't count Binyam out, guys. He won this last year. He won the green jersey last year. Don't forget either, he won 3 stages last year. So Binyam's turn is coming. Just takes being positioned wrong. Just looking at the peloton here now. Yeah, there might be a small break off the front right away. Then sprint teams lining up. Signs on the side of the road. I love Phil and Bob. Yeah, I do too. Love Phil and Bob. Yeah, Jeff's in here. There's no Alpe d'Huez this year. Alpe d'Huez does get used a lot. Tourmalet is the most used climb. Most used big climb, I guess, at the Tour de France. It was a question that popped up a while back. I think I saw somewhere. Overall rankings right now, Taddy, 54-second lead over Remco Evenepoel. Kevin Vauquelin in third. Guys, you know I've been telling you I've been listening to a lot of stuff from the past. So I'm listening to a good book, lots of good tour history. Some of it's like really fascinating, trying to memorize it all in my brain. And some of it's just like, this guy finished in 4 minutes, 32 seconds behind, blah, blah, blah. Names I don't even know, but it's really good to learn this stuff. There was a comment in that book from like 1979 or 1980. And this is kind of what I'm thinking a little bit. They were saying, and I'm going to, this is in reference to, I think, Jonas for me. He doesn't race to win. He races not to lose. Let's just take that in for a second. They are racing not to win. He doesn't race to win. He races not to lose. They need their own strategy. They need their own ideas of how they're going to take Taddy out. Said yesterday too, talked to lots of friends about this. Incredible riders, Jonas and Taddy. I'd love to see Vauquelin win the Tour de France. I've got a bunch of guys here. Oscar Only, I'd love to see him win the Tour de France. Guys, it's not impossible. Florian Lipowitz is right there. Really strong duo here between Roglic and Lipowitz. Roglic should be getting better throughout the Tour. These dark horses are going to be in contention this year too. I think people are changing up strategies now. Still in the neutralized start here, guys. Okay, looks like they've just passed through. And here we go, folks. We are actually off. So that delays a little bit longer than I thought. There is a group off the front already. Rickert for Alpecin de Coinet. And this guy here, I forget his first name, Jeno Berkmos, Belgian rider for Lotto. Riders already trying to get off the front. Boom, and they're gone, folks. They must have put in a serious dig. I'll be watching the replay over here to let you know what's going on. Remember, it's 24.5 kilometers to the sprint point, and brutal start to the day. It's already 30 degrees Celsius. That puts us probably at like 88 Fahrenheit starting out the day. Hopefully, hydration is on par today. Want to see this over here. How can I get this going? Just give me 1 second, guys. Yep. Ruben sent me something already. Ruben, I was wondering if there's going to be any wins today. So Ruben's sending me some stuff. He said maybe some echelons. Guys, I do want to show you this too. Come back here. We'll go to the route. Give you a general direction where we're going. So today, we're right here in the middle, getting into the middle of France, and you can see we're heading towards the Central Massif here. That's going to be stage 10. That is going to be just mass destruction for the Peloton. Mass destruction for the Peloton. Some riders may lose the Tour de France tomorrow. So don't forget, tomorrow's not a rest day. It's going to be full-on, all-out war racing. Thanks for the likes, guys. Thanks for everyone joining us. We had a very slow start yesterday. Understandable. It was a Saturday. It's the weekend. I know people were drifting in late. And also, I did see that Evenflow Bikes was streaming stage 8 yesterday for free. So I think a lot of people were watching coverage there. Understandable. So yeah, we do skip the Alp this year, but we do have Mont Ventoux. And besides Mont Ventoux, we have a bunch of incredible climbs coming up. We have La Plagne coming up. I think we do the Col de Lots. Maybe I'll go through that in a little bit here, and we'll catch up. Don's in the house from New Jersey. Good to see you, Don. Doug Sanders is here from the Russian River. I know that name quite well, the Russian River. Don, where are you? Sorry, Doug, where are you located? Yeah, if it's not hard, it's not the Tour. That's right. It's supposed to be hard. Doug's got his refill in hand, too. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. Oh, definitely. Just going to catch up, guys. I'm way behind here. Let's take a look. You know what? I'm going to show you guys Route 10, Stage 10 for tomorrow. So this would be the normal rest day. It is classified as a mountain day, probably just based purely on the elevation gain, 4,450 meters. Yeah, that one's horrendous looking to me. It's just it's climbing all day long. As I said, this stage takes us right into the Central Massif. And it does finish with the climb too. So that one's there is going to have some weird point system here. Let's take a look. You can see the points. Ooh, look at this, guys. This is interesting for tomorrow. Talking tomorrow. I will jump back to live footage here right away. Category 2 gets 5 points, 3, 2, 1. There is a sprint point. So lots of points on hand tomorrow for the climbers. So today, we're not even thinking about climbing. Not 1 point available today for the climbers. We'll take a look at this here. Chinon to Chateauroux again. You know, generally flattish. It is rolly though. There is a good chunk of climbing here. There's just no categorized locations, no point spots for the climbers today. Let's turn that down again. Yeah, will be definitely early sprint point today. Yeah, so glad I'm up early today. I set my alarm for an hour early today, guys, just to be in the mix. Dawn, yep, good morning. I'm Mr. GRC. Joey's got me back in my Inside Cycling World jersey. It's a one-of-a-kind, folks. One-of-a-kind jersey. Literally, it's one of a kind. Yeah, so remember, we are heading to Cavendish City today. Can Jonathan Milan repeat from yesterday, making it 2 in a row for himself? And Trek Liddell? Just want to see what's going on here at the tour. We're going to hang out here for a little bit. Let's get the live tracking going here. See, the caravan is a few hours ahead of them here. We've got 2 groups on the road. We've got group 1 being, oh yeah, going to be more interesting now. This looks quite interesting here, doesn't it? Mathieu van der Poel and Rickert driving ahead in a small group. Mathieu van der Poel still 5th overall at the Tour de France. And the whole peloton back here. 74 riders back here. That means we've got 176 riders in the Tour. I think it was Jack Haig that left yesterday. Let's see the full withdrawals list. Withdrawals. Eddie Dunbar left yesterday. Oh, Jack Haig left the day before. Nothing yesterday for stage 7. To me, João Almeida crashing 2 days ago. Whenever I kind of bang myself up or fall down or smash myself, it's always the second day. 2 days later, that really gets me. Close that down. Guys, I was surfing this morning. I talked yesterday about Winning Magazine yesterday. I should have kept all my magazines from the past. You can find them now on eBay for $45 a copy. I'm like, wow. I don't have any of them anymore. Stephen Kelly, good morning from sunny Ireland. Good to see you, Stephen. Banana bagel coffee for breakfast. Then this morning, going heavy. Okay, new guy here. KS Jeff. I wonder if this is maybe Kansas Jeff. Just when I see that. Thanks for the coverage. Traveling for work in the Philippines. And my peacocks, no bueno. Yeah, understandable. Just blocked by region, right? Let's have a good look here, guys. Want to understand what's going on here. Ooh, they are letting these 2 riders fly. So they've decided to let Alpecin just absolutely fly off the front. Could be a decision by the sprint teams thinking, you know what, Mathieu van der Poel is behind in the Green Points jersey. Let's take a look at this. Trying to just rationalize why they're doing this. Why would Jonathan Milan's team... Mathieu is in 4th place in the jersey. It's a very hot start today. Looking at the coverage right now, which is slightly delayed, guys. Big contingent of Trek riders on the front today. It's just not Team Simmons at the front. There's 4 to 5 Trek riders sitting on the front right now. Just kind of blockade. It looks like they're actually almost blockading the front of the peloton. Bit delayed, so we're going to see what's going on there. With the 2 Alpecin riders going out the front, it might be such a hard start. Only 20 points available on tap today at that point. With Mathieu being in 4th place, this might just be a move like, okay, you can take them. I'll stick back here. I'm thinking Jonathan Milan. I'm trying to be inside of his head. I'm thinking Jonathan Milan's like, I'm going to stay back here with Binion. As long as I get 1 point ahead of him, we're all good. That's kind of what I'm thinking there. Okay, so Jeff is away working in the Philippines. Good to see you, Jeff. Thanks for joining us today. We got someone here. Love is part of life. Just dropping in. Jonathan Vanderpool, hilly stage today. No, dude, it's a flat stage designed for the sprinters. But I think we're going to start seeing more breakaways. I did see a video yesterday. Guys, I'm going to try to show you some stuff here. We're going to jump into this stuff here. Let's just... how do we want to do this? Well, first off, what I want to show you here is let's take a look at the route today. Heading up from Chinon. Got to keep these videos quiet only because there's little waves and jingles in them, if you want to call it that, that I'm not allowed to use. I'm trying to be a very good boy here over at Inside Cycling World. I like to play by the rules. If I mess up, I try to fix it as quick as I can. It is rolling in places. And what's funny is I've seen two different elevations today. They are saying it's 1,400 meters of elevation. I saw some other place say it's only just under 1,000 meters. But either way, when you say it's flat, it's not just flat. Going to take a look at the commentary here. Okay, this is interesting here now. And that's what I was seeing with the Trek riders on the front. Jonathan Milan's teammates, Thibaut Nice, Edward Toynes, and Tom Scoynes start pulling the bunch. It's 150 the gap. They've let these Alpecin riders go out really hard. The gap right now is growing. It's now at 206. They're reporting 150 here. The actual gap is 206 to the two Alpecin Deceuninck leaders, with one of the strongest riders in the world, driving hard, going after some of these green jersey points today. Mathieu is a very smart, intelligent rider. This was probably planned last night at dinner in the Alpecin team. Got to turn that a little bit. So Jonathan, tomorrow is your first big, technically mountain stage. I'm going to say probably more hilly. We are not up in like the HC climbs. We're not in the Alps. We're in the Central Massif tomorrow. So Jonathan, totally don't miss tomorrow's stage. 93 riders in now, guys. The only way Visma has a chance of impacting Taddy is to disrupt his nutrition, like the feed zone fiasco. Yeah, that's true. Taddy's had some problems in the past where he has not been properly fed, and it's impacted him. The mountains are going to be intense, definitely. It all starts tomorrow, folks. They get 1 day, and then it starts heating up the tour. The first week, we've been going 10 days, 9 days. It'll be 10 tomorrow. Generally, like the feeling out process. You don't see a lot of the HC guys in the first week. It's really not their time. Okay, looks like I skipped over some stuff here. Yeah, I think my opinion is Visma has to have a well-developed strategy to attack Taddy. You're not here not to lose. You are here to win. Just reacting to Taddy every time, I don't think Jonas is strong enough. He's very, very close, but Taddy is equally as strong. So if you're just following Taddy's moves, you're kind of just always reacting. You're never attacking. You need to attack at the Tour de France. See if we got any more data here. I just want to catch up here to watch my flow stuff. Oh yeah, some good stuff here, guys. Just finding out here. Cool part about the city today, and there's another reason why they call it Cavendish City, is that Mark Cavendish has won in Chateauroux 3 times, 3 stages over the years. Definitely tells you that this is Sprint City too. Another famous winner here is the one and only Mario Cipollini. The crazy days. So, yeah, getting some stuff here. Cavendish won here in 2008, his first ever win. 2011 and 2021. So it went 10 years in between wins in this city. Designed to be a sprint stage. Generally, before they go into the Central Massif, they'll have the sprint opportunities. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. Let's resume that talk. Show you the live tracking again here, just so you know where we are. Sprint point coming up. And come back to the race here. So they haven't really mentioned this at all. Jonas Rooch from yesterday was back at the doctor's. That guy was the one that kind of had a little bit of a crash on the side of the road, and then it was the Movistar rider that smashed right into him, ran him right over as he's on the ground. Evenepoel back in the virtual yellow jersey. He's got such a lead right now. So, yeah, the jerseys can change on the stage, but it's virtual. If the race was to stop now, he in the jersey. Taking a look on the right-hand side of the screen here, you can see Jonathan Milan is in the green jersey, Remco in the white, Tim Wellens has the polka dot. That's going to all change tomorrow. We'll have a new rider in the polka dot jersey tomorrow. That's my prediction. We're going to see more of a climber. Could be someone from a breakaway. Taddy in the yellow. Here are our leaders right now. Rickert and Mathieu van der Poel. Looking really good. I really like these Alpecin jerseys. I love the gray color here. I really liked it when they did the purple. I think they had Merlier jerseys on. No, sorry, Mercier. Mercier was the team that Raymond Poulidor, Mathieu van der Poel's grandfather, rode for back in the 60s and 70s. So it was a couple years ago. Actually, it might have been about 4 years ago now. They had special jerseys for the Tour de France in commemoration of his grandfather and the Team Mercier. Learning lots about Team Mercier right now in that audiobook. 2 minutes, 30 seconds at the front to Mathieu van der Poel and Rickert. Do you guys think they're going to let him go? Will they let this two just go and absorb the points? Do you think the sprint teams are going to chase? What I'm seeing on the front here, Trek is on the front, but obviously they're not doing enough work at this point to catch Mathieu van der Poel. Gusts are outside there, 20 kilometers an hour. And it looks like it is coming from the right-hand side. It's almost a right-hand side headwind. And actually, we are seeing that on screen now, underneath the live tracking here. Coming across from the right side over their shoulder here, right-hand side. 20 kilometers an hour. If that was to get to about 25, 26, 27, and in the right direction, you could see Echelons form. Some of the most exciting racing to me, folks. Guys just fighting to get back on. Yep, it's going to be crazy when we get to the mountains. Jeff is choosing Mathieu van der Poel for today's win. Okay. Jeff says, I hope Ventoux is included. Ventoux is included this year, Jeff. We got Ventoux coming up. There's tons of good climbing, guys. It's all coming. It'll be after the rest day. Generally, after the rest day, well, we'll take a look right away. But they're going to start saving the hugest climbing days for the weekends, like the incredibly huge days. We're going to have a big one tomorrow. Tomorrow, we may see people not even making the time cutoff. It might be that kind of day. People are going to be so fatigued from these first 9 days of racing. I've never seen a tour go this long without the rest day. It just seems it would start on I think it used to start on a Sunday way back when, and then the rest day was always a Monday. Then they moved it to a Saturday, and now it's been pushed to the 10 days of racing before the rest. Doug's calling here Milan. Yeah, I think this stage is designed for Milan. This stage is an opportunity for sprinters. They have to take this opportunity today to fight it out for sprint wins, because we won't even see Jonathan Milan tomorrow. We're going to see him at the sprint at the beginning, and then he's gone for the rest of the day. Bingham's gone for the rest of the day. They're all gone. They will have no chance of keeping up. Race is definitely rolling along. Don saying here, Jonas will wait for Taddy to stumble a little bit like when he did on the descent, and Jonas gained enough seconds to beat him in 2022. Yeah, I mean, Taddy is not a robot. He's not invincible. He has been beaten before. Just kind of need things to align. Who gets the good cards this year? Yao. I think UAE. I think Taddy is very fortunate that... okay. Intermarche's kind of radio to the team saying that they think it's very strange that Trek isn't trying to take this sprint point today. Looking at the front here, though, I'll have a good look at this. I need to blow this up a little bit for myself over here. Yeah, Mathieu van der Poel and Rickards just allowed to ride away. And I don't think these two guys are going to slow down after they get to the sprint point. They're not going to say, okay, we got the sprint points, we're done. This might allow other teams to bridge up to them. Other riders, I should say. So remember, the sprint point is at 24.5 kilometers. And we are currently at... where do I see that usually? Okay, remaining distance, 2 riders in the front group here. Key rider, Mathieu van der Poel. See what kind of stuff we're getting here. 10 kilometers to the sprint. That means we should be about 14 point something kilometers in. Actually, it's going to be less than that, probably 8 kilometers to the sprint now. Mathieu van der Poel is chasing the full 20 points. Okay, so kind of what I was saying earlier. They might be sitting, the sprint teams might be sitting there going, okay, you guys take 20 and the next point down. I'll give you this one for a second, guys. We'll go to the route again. Going to the route here. I'm waiting for it. Oh, okay. Just log in. Go to the route. This guy here. And you come to the sporting stakes. So at the first sprint, 24.5 kilometers in, there's 20 points for first, 17 for second. That will be acquired by Rickert and Mathieu van der Poel. Jonathan Milan will be competing for 15 points here. With Binyam Girmay, Caden Groves, all the other sprinters will be trying to get involved in this. Another interesting point this morning I learned about, last Italian before Jonathan Milan to win a sprint stage at the Tour de France was Ilya Viviani. I'm like, where's that guy now? I had to look that up. This is what I was doing this morning, guys. He's over at Ineos Grenadiers. And speaking of which, why don't we take a look at the Grenadiers right now? He's not here. Ghana's gone. This is the Grenadiers team today. Grenadiers / Total Energies team. We're going to see how that changes up next year. Come back here. Over 3 minutes gap now. At this point here, Mathieu van der Poel is well into the yellow jersey. Interesting stuff. Okay, doing the chat, I want to make sure I'm on the sprint point. Okay, we got a little bit to go here. Doesn't look too technical into the run-in. And again here, looks like we're crossing from one department to another. We will be leaving Center Val de Loire, the Loire being the river in the area. I think it's a gigantic river in the area. And moving into, looks like Nouvelle Aquitaine. So moving from one province to another department in France. 91 people watching right now. Great job, guys. Loving the likes. Let's roll. Okay, just going to catch up, guys. Jeff saying tomorrow Poggy will win yellow and polka dots. Yeah, Poggy could easily win tomorrow with 7 climbs. I think, yeah, 7 Cat 2s, 1 Cat 3 climb. It's going to be just a massive war out there tomorrow. We're getting into the Central Massif. We're getting to the further southern parts of France. As we move down, it just gets hotter and hotter. This time of year in France, July, it's been like this since I started watching the Tour. You constantly see days of 35 to 40 degree Celsius weather. So 95 degree weather is common down here. It's summertime in France, the French Riviera. That's where we're heading. The break is 3 minutes ahead. True. Nietzsche, 1981. What you think about Almeida's situation in stage 10? Yeah, I'll just jump back to that awesome point, dude. 2 days ago, So 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago, Taddy almost lost his key lieutenant. Probably lost. He could have lost the key man to his next Tour de France victory. There is some luck involved at the Tour de France. There's a very good chance that Almeida never got up from that crash. He's moving. He did go for x-rays. He is bandaged up. How is that going to impact him for the rest of the Tour de France? Taddy's super strong, super smart as well. And that's where I was reading yesterday. Taddy wants to win everything. Really reminds me, and I need to get that first book to learn more about the man himself, Eddie Merckx. That guy won more than Taddy has. He won everything. He was so dominant. Anything he did, he could win. Taddy's like that too. He wants to win everything. He wants to win the classics. Why not? He's creating his legacy. Okay, moving on here, guys. Yeah, good question here, Nietzsche. I guess tomorrow's going to show us how Zhao really feels. See Trek riders on the front, UAE riders on the front too. So they're just going to let this happen. They're going to let Mathieu and Rickert take the sprint. Let's see what's going to happen with the teammates. Are they going to sprint it out? Will they sprint it out, folks? They're just going to ride across together. Give the points to Mathieu van der Poel because he's so high up in the standings. You know, you see Jonathan Milan at the front. He has to get his points right now because the other stages will have sprint points as well. I'll take you here. Let's look at stage 10 tomorrow. Is it set up that Jonathan has a chance of getting the sprint points tomorrow? It's early on with the Category 2 climb right away. So tomorrow, guys, we're going to jump into the future here a little bit. Enziat to Le Mont d'Or, Puy de Sancy. Oh, man, that day looks horrifying to me. Absolutely horrifying. Let's take a look at the stage tomorrow. Starting on the farmlands, and you'll see all of a sudden it's going to start getting lumpy here. Lumpy right away. Jonathan Milan has to survive over that point to get the sprint point that's coming up. Do they show the sprint point? I don't think they did there. No, they didn't show it. The sprint point tomorrow is located between the first and second climbs. It's just climbing all day tomorrow. Racing down through the valleys. That's where the sprinters are going to have to try to get back on board. Race through the valley. Descend as fast as they can. Avoid accidents. Race on the flats. Try to climb again. I've done that climb there, the Saint Robert. That one's available on Zwift. And looks like they dead end right up in a ski valley or something like that. I think that road might dead end up there. I'm going to take a look at that later, see if there's... Knowing the French, though, there's probably like 4 roads going over the backside of that. So that's tomorrow. You know what's coming. Yep. Alpecin de Koenig getting 20 and 17 points at the intermediate sprint point. Remember, guys, there's also preems available. All these sprint points in that will have small cash monies. In the book I'm listening to, they like to call it bonifications, bonuses, I guess. Maybe those are just time bonuses, but I like that word, bonifications. I've never heard anyone say that in my lifetime. And Peloton moving at 38 kilometers an hour right now. So guys, looks like the sprint stage that I thought might be hotly contested, it will be. We're still going to see an all-out sprint for Jonathan Milan, but the first 2 places, let's give it to those guys. They're so far behind us. It's like when they give a little bit of time to someone that's really far behind at the Tour de France. Let the break go. They're 38 minutes behind us. They're going to gain 3. Who cares? So Trek will be setting up to take 3rd place here today. Guys, keep the comments coming. I love everyone talking here. Jeff saying 2021 was when Poggy won all 3 jerseys, white, yellow, and polka dots. Yeah, totally, dude. The break is 3 minutes ahead already. I'd like to see who's going to get up there and lend some support. I can see a nature break happening right now. Some riders are already pulling over. So yeah, either we're going to see Almeida on fire helping Taddy in stage 10, or we're going to see him... I think he's doing okay. I do notice right now they're actually the camera is on Almeida again. He is third from the back of the peloton. He's making sure he does nothing wrong. He doesn't want to be in the wind at all. So he's just actively recovering the whole time, trying to work his way through these injuries. Stage 10 might really, it's probably going to show really how good or bad he is right now. Might be a total survival test for him. Don St. Colin, you were right. The tour started a few days later than usual this year. It usually starts on about July 1. So Bastille Day was never an issue with rest days. Thanks, Don. Okay. Yeah. Taddy slid out on some loose sand. I do remember that. Nearly fell off on that descent. Jonas took advantage. Even after Jonas... yeah. I do remember that. Yeah, sometimes, guys, so if you're new here and you haven't watched a lot of Tour de France, you'll see some weird stuff happening sometimes. Like, if, top guys are riding side by side and one gets a puncture, the other guy doesn't attack at that point. They'll kind of wait up, and anyone that does attack, they get told off by the other riders. Hey, don't attack now. He's got a puncture. I think that goes so far. And then at a certain point, that gets thrown out the window. You never attack during a feed zone. You never attack when your direct competitors have bad luck. We've seen it happen time and time again. Way back in the days, we saw Lance Armstrong get his handlebars caught by a bag that a fan was holding. I think it was a little kid, had a musette bag that was thrown out. He picked it up, was just cheering. It caught Lance's handlebars, flipped his handlebars, knocked him to the ground, taking Naban Mayo down as well. I think Abon was third in the Tour that well. And that's where Jan Oler took a look back and totally slowed everything down. It's just kind of the tradition of the Tour de France. Mathieu and Rickards are through the sprint point, guys. Through the sprint point. Going to do this here. I'm just trying to have a look and see where we've got our sprinters coming now. Okay, so they've gone through there already. Yeah, Liddell Trek at the front of the peloton. They want the 15 points. They don't care that they've lost a couple to riders that are way far behind them in the GC. Sorry, the Green Points jersey classification. Again, you can see them. The Breakaway right now is in a different department altogether. And Milan and the rest are coming shortly, folks. Coming shortly. Sprint point coming up. It's actually at 24.2 kilometers into the stage. Swoosh Kid, he's here. Okay, an up-and-coming Italian, 21 years old, Giulio Pellizzari, finished 6th at the Giro Italia this year for Bora Hansgrohe. Okay, good point here. Let's take a look at Bora Hansgrohe. I'll try to do this before the sprints come through, guys. Bora Hansgrohe. Okay, so he's not here at the Tour, but I think he's just mentioning him. Palazzani. Okay, we'll take a look at that later. Back here, guys. Sprint train's coming. Sprint train's coming now. Gap out to almost 4 minutes. So 20 points for Evenepoel. So it did go to Evenepoel. I would be shocked if they gave them the points to Rickert. Sprint teams will be lining up now. As soon as I get something from the Tour de France here website, I'll be showing it to you guys. Keeping up with you guys here. You guys keep me so busy in the chat here. I love it. Absolutely love it. Jeff saying 3.5 minutes. Smooth ass getaway. Old school breakaway. Soon be 6 minutes and no chance get. Jeff's being aggressive today with the breakaway. I love it. Cam, Mathieu, Van der Poel right out front for the next 147 kilometers. Guys, there's been breakaways way longer than this. I think kind of like in the modern era, outside, when I say modern era, I don't mean 1903, 1904, when the stages were 450 kilometers long. But there were stages in, like, I think in the 70s and 80s where, I'm going to have to look that up for you. I think the longest breakaway was something like 250, just under 250 kilometers, solo. Just went early and stayed away all day. Doug saying go back 5 years plus. Tour used to start in early June. Oh, the rain season. Okay. Vanderpoel took sprint. Yeah, we know Vanderpoel's got the sprint win now. Evan, Taddy can pick up sprint points on any given day. There are only 3 more real sprint stages left. Sprint teams need to start working. Totally, Evan. Totally do. You are 100% right. Stage 9 is off, dude. Stage 9 is already off and running here. I'm waiting for anything from Tour de France here. Little Trek is driving on the front. That is a delayed feed I'm watching there. So I'm just watching like you guys are right now here too for the next team to come through here. They are through the sprint point. I'll go back here, guys. I'm going to go back to my live feed. That's slightly delayed for you. So I'm going to see the sprint go down over here. And I'm going to tell you what happened from my viewpoint. They are through. You're going to see the points before they pop up, but I'm going to let you know who was doing what in that sprint. I find that they're very... Okay, I love seeing this. Milan dominates the intermediate sprint point. So he'll pick up 15 points there. The rider behind him gets 13, so he's going to gain 2 points on whoever's the closest to him. Just got my eyes glued over here. Okay, so over here on this stream, it's 1.4 kilometers to the finish. Interesting to see here, we got one Trek rider on the front, and then a bunch of Visma riders. Looks like we have 3 Visma riders, and Jonas right there at the front in his Danish helmet. UAE right there. I can see Taddy in the yellow jersey as well. Trying to figure out who this Trek rider is at the front here. Having a look for Jonathan Milan. Interesting point yesterday, guys. I think me and Joey were, I don't know if we were in the kitchen, and she was asking some questions. Guys, and special shout out to Joey Jojo. All the stuff, like all my thumbnails and all that kind of stuff, and all the tweaking of my YouTube channel, that's all Joey Jojo. I scheduled them. She makes all the thumbnails for me. I just don't even think about it. I'm like, yeah, I would just put like a yellow thing up there, and then I would probably type in some horrible font, TDF. That's what I would do. Be really bad. So I think she was making a thumbnail showing like all the jerseys. I think it's the one I used today. And she was asking me about the green jersey. And she kept saying, and it was right after Jonathan Milan won. And she goes, yeah, but the guy that won, he was like in a green suit, as she called it. I go, yeah, that's Jonathan Milan. She goes, yeah, but it was like a different green. I'm like, yeah, that's the green jersey. And then she said to me, she goes, yeah, but it used to look different. Now, Joey Jojo, she follows the tour with me, but kind of, more casual. We've got someone at the back at the medical car. Louis Barre here for Intermarché. Wanty is at the medical car right now. So I am seeing them act. They're going through the sprint point now. I think this is the replay of the 2 leaders going through the sprint point. Basically side by side. They're going to just make sure that Matcher gets ahead there. See if there's any radio. But she's 100% right. She brought this up to me. She kept saying it's a different green. Yeah, they changed the color of the green jersey. It's distinctively a different color. I would say in the past, I don't want to say it was a lime green, like a fluorescent lime green from the 80s, but it was definitely a brighter lime greeny color. So good eye there, Joey Jojo. Yeah, Milan. So apparently Milan easily crushed them in the sprint here. I'm seeing him lurking on screen, guys. Remember, this is a replay for me. I have to watch here. He's lurking in 7th or 8th spot right now. Visma at the front doing the work. What are you guys thinking here? Is Visma thinking Wout should be involved in the sprint? Kind of wondering why Visma's on the front. What do you guys think? Why would Visma be on the front leading? All I can think is they just want Jonas to be safe. They want him to sit on the front as long as possible, so there's no touches of wheels in a nervous peloton, because there will be a battle for the green jersey here, and they want to keep Jonas upright. Nothing funny happen. Right before the sprint, I think we won't even see Jonas. He'll just pull over to the side and let them take off. Yep. Jeff saying the gap is still growing. Yeah, it's growing rapidly right now. It's over 4 minutes at this point. It's so big, I think the other teams are like, how are we going to get up there? It's not kind of how I thought the day was going to pan out. I thought right now we'd see multiple teams attacking over that sprint point. But there was a cool video yesterday. I'll try to find it here right away. The two Total Energy guys being interviewed together saying, teams need to attack. We need to attack. It's not just riding for second and riding not to lose. 30 degrees Celsius, so 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Average speed, 45.4 kilometers an hour in the first hour of racing here. First half hour of racing, I should say. And again, big blob on the front with Trek and Visma. Looks like 5 riders from Visma heading into the sprint point. Okay, yep, Jeff, you're right. The green is now much darker. The green used to be a brighter green. Yeah, a brighter. It was almost like a bit of a fluorescent green. It is quite windy out there too, guys. I'm seeing the flags on the road. It is quite windy. Quinn Simmons on the front now. Now they're getting lined up for Jonathan Milan here. Just quickly notice there, Visma just disappeared. Visma just vanished from the front. And now it's all Trek at the front here. Again, remember, guys, I'm just talking about the replay I'm seeing here. And then I'll get fully caught up here. I am keeping an eye on the other riders up here. 4 minutes, 14 seconds now to Mathieu van der Poel and Rickert. Maybe they want to go on a super long breakaway. They're going old school Tour de France here. I think I'm seeing Quinn Simmons on the front. Team Simmons. He should have his own team. He does so much work. Forgetting to drink my coffee here, guys. Yeah, so Quinn just pulls off there. Gonna have a good look at this here, guys. See how this goes. Is anyone going with him? Jonathan Milan sprinting at 100 meters out. Looks like Tim Merlier is there. That could be a Total Energies rider too. Biniam Girmay was right off of Milan's shoulder there. So I'm assuming, I think Biniam might have gotten second place in the group sprint there. We can figure this out right away. Yeah, he did. So take a look here on screen right now as Mathieu van der Poel gets away. So we saw Van der Poel and teammate Rickert here get the first 2 spots. Milan got 15. Yeah, Jonathan Milan is the fastest man in the world right now. And just a, mano a mano, heads up sprint. We're not talking traffic furniture. We're not talking about positioning. But if you were to have like a drag race, like a rolling drag race from 40, 50K an hour, Jonathan Milan every day of the week. Jonathan Milan, first place. He's actually sprinting and looking over his shoulder to see where everyone is, if he needs to accelerate more. I saw him do that yesterday too. He's keeping an eye on them. He's got this extra special kick at the end. Girmay gets 4th place overall. There we go. And it really wasn't that fast of a sprint either. Intermediate sprint. Jonathan Milan right ahead of Biniam Girmay. Then we had, okay, so yeah, thought I saw Merlier, thought I saw a Total Energy rider here. So Tim Merlier was there in the mix, so I did see him. His jersey is white with like a bluish stripe around the middle. His Soudal jersey, he doesn't wear it. He wears a different looking jersey. And then Anthony Turgis is always lurking there. Consoni, I believe, is a Trek rider. Brian Cocard for Cofidis in the mix. Arnaud Delis for Lotto there as well. Luke Plapp from Jayco Alula right there. Simmons, by just default, leading out the sprint all the way, is picking up points as well. Fred right here. Michael Volgren, Harry Sweeney, and Yeno Berkmos picks up the final point. Okay, guys, let's get into the race. See the map here again. Where are they heading? Southeasterly direction now. 2 solo riders at the front. The gap now, 4 minutes and 24 seconds. What are the other teams going to do today? Just looking at sprint results over here, guys. Yeah, so again, intermediate sprint, Jonathan Milan easily had it. I think some of the riders, they might have been sprinting their best. Jonathan Milan has something. He's got that extra kick. Yeah, so Evenepoel confirmed 20 points there. Checking back with the chat. Jay Taylor's here. Okay, so hang on. I got one more comment here from Nietzsche, 1981. So right now, we've got the breakaway at 68%. Okay. Let's do something else here, guys. Guys, I'll jump back to that there quickly. Oh, I hate when this happens. How do I make that disappear? I think I need to blow this up a little bit more, maybe. Come on. Oh, did I just mess up my chat? So 68% are saying that we will see a breakaway today. Oh, I really need a better keyboard for this. We're going to do... Oh. Hang on, guys. I need to end this poll. We're going to end that poll there. And, guys, I'm kind of working here. Sorry, guys. The break. Stay away. Okay, start the poll. Okay, guys, just doing another quick poll here. This is being really clunky to me right now. I don't know why. I'll try to catch up here with this stuff here. Nietzsche, 1981. Don't want to miss your comments, guys. 118 people now in the mix. I think we're getting people cruising in now. Again, it's a Sunday morning. 4 minutes, 27 seconds to Mathieu van der Poel. I think people are going to be waking up going, huh? What happened? I think people look at these stages sometimes. I said this to myself through the week, and I told Joey, I said, I don't know how big Saturdays and Sundays are going to be because the way it's worked out this year with the additional day, generally we would have seen some type of very hilly stage, a mountainous stage at the end of the first week, like a test, a challenge, a GC type challenge. With us going that extra day because of the Bastille Day, it's occurring on Monday now. Monday's probably going to be gigantic in here, folks. They put these sprint stages on the Saturday and the Sunday. Not sure why it says my camera was just popping on there. My camera's been on the whole time. I don't know, something clicked out. Everything looks good here to me. So I think some people, and I've done this too, guys. Oh, it's a sprint day. I'm gonna jump in the last 40K. Yeah, I do that too. Here, I'm here all the time right now. Okay, so I got a yes, got a no. Okay, struggling with my poll here. Okay, I'm gonna have to just close that poll for now. It's just not creating. I think it's because the old poll was still active. Oh. Sorry, guys. I think the poll was actively running. Quickly, though, awesome stuff here. Looks like, wow. Maybe I'll throw that one up again. Okay, that was the breakaway today. Okay, guys, I'll do it again. We had 132 votes, 68% saying yes, that we would see a breakaway today. Guys, why don't you just drop it in the comments for now. Can this break stay away all day? 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Like, this is a real strange one. Mathieu van der Poel gets green jersey points. He's 4th place in that standings. Mathieu van der Poel is technically the virtual leader on the road again. When will other teams start coming up? When do the other teams, the lesser teams, I don't want to say lesser, the smaller teams, the decathlons, the lottos, the Total Energies, when do they start coming up and getting into some of the attack time going on the stage today? Again, I'd love to see collaboration of teams working together to hurt the other riders. I love that stuff. Okay. I see what happened here. It looks like my chat disconnected quickly. Okay, I'm going to back up here. Finally back to Nietzsche's 1981's question. So you think how much Almeida situation weakens the help for Taddy's sprint? Taddy against Visma. I know Taddy was very concerned about it. I would say, just my first... That's his main lieutenant. João Almeida has been on fire all this season. Winner of races just last month in June. The Criterium de Dauphiné. I was going to say Dauphiné Libéré because that book I'm listening to, they called it the Dauphiné Libéré. That is the old name of it. He won, and he won in a time trial there. I think that was the Dauphiné. Yeah, or the Tour de Suisse. I'm flipping them in my head right now. Those are the two tune-up races right before the Tour de France. Generally, the big hitters, they kind of go in their own direction. One of the hitters goes over here, and one goes over there. They never really compete against each other at the end. But João Almeida was on fire there. After the Mur de Britannia stage, they asked Taddy, looks like a perfect stage. And he goes, well, it's Taddy's words paraphrasing were, it's a perfect stage if João is okay. That's his main guy. You guys tell me, second best rider on UAE, Almeida? I'm going with that 100%. There's a lot of other riders there too. We got Isaac Del Toro. Ayuso's there, I believe. Is Ayuso there? Yeah, I think Ayuso's still on the UAE. Yeah, Breakaway's 4.5 minutes ahead. 136 kilometers to go. 4 minutes 45, they're saying here now. Let's check the commentary. Gap is just growing like crazy. Milan winning that sprint points. Videos. Let's see what we got over here, guys. Let's watch this one here. Here's the sprint coming in. Guys, this was... Oh, this is today. This is today. It looks like there's a bunch of white paint down the right-hand side of the road. I couldn't figure out what that was at first. I'll give you that, guys, once more. Let's watch it again. And I'll give you a full screen look there, too. So you can see Milan sprinting here at 100 meters. Trek rider just waiting. Riders trying to come around. Jonathan Milan's just looking back. He looked back at Anthony Turgis there and Binyam Girmay. Tim Merlier was coming up on Jonathan's left shoulder. It doesn't even look like he really tried there. Like, definitely not an all-out effort for him. Get back to the racing here. 4 minutes, 51 seconds, folks. So I'm getting all that stuff directly from the Tour de France webpage there. Trying to be a good boy here and show only what I can show, and that's how I want to do it. 126 riders watching now. People are going to start floating in here soon, folks. So yeah, Nietzsche, very good question. I think without Almeida there, based on Taddy's comments and just my own opinion, without Almeida there, it's going to make it very tough for Taddy to probably be as dominant as he was before. He'll be a lot more on the defensive, I think, just not having that lieutenant there. And it might be more of just a mental thing. If Almeida's not there, I think Visma will go all-out attack on Taddy. They have to. Jay Taylor, finally getting to you, man. I've been missing talking to you here. Good morning, y'all. MVDP and Milan sprinting well. Visma trying to control the peloton. Yeah, dude. Visma was on the front again. I'm not really sure why they were at the front there. MVDP got the green jersey points on a breakaway right now. Currently 5 minutes ahead of the yellow jersey. Technically right now, Machu is back in the yellow jersey. Nietzsche saying Visma is always on the front. True. Seems Visma's done a bit too much work at strange times to me. Like there was really no reason for Visma to be there. Again, guys, though, I'm just watching from home. I don't know what their strategy is, how they try to, what they're trying to do, or how they're going to try to take out Taddy. Okay, Swoosh Kid here. Skoda changed the dark. Oh, that's right, dude. Swoosh Kid knows his Tour de France. You were 100% right about that. Skoda being a sponsor of the Tour de France, and they've been around quite a while now. I think Skoda's been a sponsor of the Tour for probably at least 20 years, but it was just kind of recently, probably within the last couple years, I believe, that the green jersey went to the darker color to match Skoda's branding color. So Swoosh could call it here. He gets the win today. Skoda changed the dark color to match its new branding and logo. So yeah, they darkened it down to match their logo. How much money did they support this Tour with? Who knows? I want to get back over here, see what I can see on the front. Looks like there's no signs of Mathieu van der Poel. That just popped up by itself. I don't know why that happened. 5 riders off the back, folks. 5 riders off the back. Generally easier for me to do it this way. 2 leaders up front, Mathieu van der Poel and Rickert. Main peloton here, 169 riders. 5 riders off the back. What happened here? I'm just looking for signs that there might have been a bit of an accident out there. 5 riders altogether. Tobias Foss, Watson, Naberman, Varenskold, and Bittner. Okay. Let's look for some race radio here to see what happened. Just the fact that there's 5 of them at once, and they're dropping pretty quick. They're a minute back right now. Crash in the bunch. Boom time, folks. There we go. They did have it up before me, but just how I'm interpreting it. Seeing some comments here from Oliver Nason for Decathlon AG2R. Looks pretty happy before the stage. So it says sprinters like Sam Watson, Soren Barenskold, and Pavel Bittner are involved. Oh my. All the riders who went down have resumed racing. I want to see how live those comments are. Those are like right now. 6:22 a.m. in the morning here for me, folks. Had a great start today. Guys, I hate to sound like I'm a total Luddite here. I'm Mr. I wake up no matter what. Yesterday was an exception. I woke up the minute I was supposed to start streaming, and oh, hey, just so you know, remember how I was going on and on for the hardcores here, the OG Inside Cycling World fanatics. I was going on about there being 2 streams. There was 2 streams. There was 2 streams going on, and I was fumbling around at the beginning. I need a coffee sip. It's super windy here, guys. French flag, the Welsh flag, other flags, I don't even know what they are. They're probably department flags. I was saying, and I had that black screen for quite a while, and thankfully the chat helped me through it, saying, yeah, we can see you, we can hear you. There was 2 streams going. It launched a stream from yesterday as I was trying to launch a stream I created the night before for Stage 8. I got 2 notifications that I was streaming, and I'm like, I don't even know what that means. So I think it was having trouble figuring it going. The second stream only existed for a minute. I don't get to see that until after the fact. So there technically was a second stream. So that's what was causing all those technical hiccups yesterday. Yesterday I had to ask Joey Jojo. I said, how do I set up an alarm on my phone? That's how little I use alarms. I don't think I've used an alarm since probably grade 10. But yesterday I just didn't feel I was into it at the very beginning. Today, I feel good. I feel good, folks. Hey, I also got a bike ride in yesterday. After the tour yesterday, we did the stream. I was like, whew, that one's done, because it was such a rough start. 111 people watching right now. I think I banged out a 28, 29 kilometer ride. Nothing too hard. All inside, on Zwift. Keep it coming, guys. Keep it coming. Tony C, good morning to you, dude. Nietzsche, yeah, he fasts like Cavendish in his prime. I think we're talking about Jonathan Milan here. Don saying he thinks Philipsen is faster than Milan, but he's not there. Yeah, I'd love to see them side by side, but he's gone. We got Darth Vader on the side of the Tour. Vive la Tour. Full Darth Vader helmet. I love it. Let's see the gap now. Look at this gap. Look at this gap here. Insane. 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Mathieu van der Poel going up the road, folks. Mathieu van der Poel going up the road. It did say, I think Scaringold here is in a lot of pain. They said out of the 5 riders that went down that, I I think his first name is Soren. Soren Verenskold here. He was in tears, so he must be really hurt. Really hurt. Hopefully the dude can do well. And, ooh, I did see yesterday, it's scary here with the broom wagon here. Oh, it's... Okay, there it is. Yesterday when Jonas Roosh crossed the finish line, he was involved in the crash where he got ran over. Yeah, really strange. Oh, it keeps resetting to top chat, guys. I'm sorry. I think there's like little blips in the YouTube stream right now. Again, I have no control over that, guys. Yesterday when Jonas Roosh crossed the finish line, the broom wagon was like 10 meters behind him. Probably followed him all day long. He lost a huge amount of time yesterday, but was involved in a really brutal crash. Hit the ground really hard. Yellow jersey over on the left-hand side of the road right now. Taddy, you're not in yellow anymore, bro. You're going to have to do something about this. Days in yellow count, folks. Everyone will remember this in the future. They track all these things. How many times do you win the yellow? How many stage victories do you get? How many days were you in yellow? Matteo Trentin back at the Two-Door Pro Cycling. Oh, he's back at the for Two-Door Pro Cycling. He's back at the race official's car. Maybe having a little chit-chat about something that was happening in the Peloton. I wonder how often that happens. Riders, it is showing the crash now. It happened at the back. I can see the Unax rider. Kofidis rider. Two riders from Picnic. Another rider going by signaling, hey man, there's been a crash back here. Yeah, it looks like 4 or 5 riders down. 5 riders down. Oh, this might be a different crash I'm seeing here. It's got Izagirre down back here. Not sure which crash this is. Let me look at the race radio here. Oh, the town coming up right now, guys. The town coming up right here. Let's look at the map again. Live tracking. Right here. This is Chateauroux. This is Sylvain Chavanel's hometown. Yeah, and he's from yesteryears, but great cyclist. Oh, and Sebastian Chavanel. I didn't know there was another Chavanel. Especially Sylvain. That's the one I know. 18 consecutive appearances between 2001 and 2018. 6 times French national time trial champion. Wow. Okay, I'm going to look here and see 5.5 minutes up to Mathieu van der Poel. Once the camera cuts back to him, I'll give you an idea of what kind of efforts he's making. Oh yeah, Soren Verenskold. Yeah, he was in tears. He's probably trying to ride through something that he knows he can't ride through. Very score. Looks like what? Actually, there's a Cavendish rider back there who Soren's passing. So maybe he's just like really shooken up from that fall. One of those falls that totally catches you off guard. The camera's just looking at the Peloton right now. Yeah, this guy, the Cofidis rider, his elbows are all smashed up. Is that Cofidis? Yeah. Too bad for those guys there. Hopefully they get back on here. It's showing that they're back on. Yeah, it's showing that they're all back on here. I hope that happens. Leaders, Mathieu van der Poel and Rickard are in the center of Chateauroux right now. Going through town. Camera's not even hanging out with them. I think they're just hanging out with the Peloton. Got some Visma riders trying to go off the front here. Who is this trying to go off the front? I don't know if it's just, feed station. Everyone's being safe in the feed station. So Visma just heading up the road. Yeah, like think about this. You got one of the savviest cyclists in the world, one of the strongest men in the Peloton. You've just given him a 5.5 minute lead. You know, we're going to end up probably seeing at some point UAE and Visma having to work together. And Arkea. All the top three. Remember right now, let's take a look at the standings here again, guys. We have in the yellow jersey. Okay, we had to back it up one here. Yellow jersey. We have three teams. Oh, we got Remco there too. I keep forgetting about Remco because he's so quiet in the Tour right now. Tadej Pogacar, Remco Evenepoel, Kevin Vauquelin, one of the top favorites, Vingegaard right there. Fifth place is Mathieu van der Poel, who's now 5.5 minutes up the road. Started the day 1.5 minutes down. This has happened before, guys. This happened 2 stages ago where Mathieu had that huge lead, and in the last little bit, remember that was the stage that finished? I was like, okay, Mathieu's going to be in the yellow jersey by 3 minutes. It ended up being by 1 second. That was because Visma, Lisa Bike, drove the front of the peloton, and they weren't showing a lot of it because we were so focused on Ben Healy's solo victory for Ireland, EF Education, that they pulled all that back as Mathieu was fading a little bit. That was the stage where they said he really worked himself hard, was in the breakaway, that 8-man breakaway, 8-rider breakaway all day, and he was fading. Visma was driving, pulling it all back. Mathieu got the jersey by 1 second. 5 minutes, 31 seconds. When do they say that's enough? When do they say that's enough? Okay, guys, chat. Love the chat. Ruben's here. Okay, guys. You guys are staying busy today. I'm going to try to keep up. Yeah, the mountain stage is gigantic, guys. Tomorrow is going to be such an awesome day. And you know what's crazy, too? The biggest stream of the week, guys, every day is a great day. I love hanging out with you guys. But just numbers of how many people tuned in was last Monday as well. There's something about the Monday. I don't know what it is. And I'm thinking with it being a big climb day, maybe with it being Bastille Day, yeah, should be really cool. Yeah, Jay Taylor, MVDP is in the Breakaway group. Breakaway group is just two guys. Two teammates, Rickert and Mathieu for Alpecin de Koenig. They now have a 5 minute and 32 second lead. Insane. Absolutely insane. Seems like something out of a story from one of the yesteryears of the Tour de France where some guy goes up the road and picks up 30 minutes lead, has such a huge lead they never catch him for the rest of the Tour de France. Some of the stories from the past would just boggle your mind, the things they used to do, what they went through, even some of the old stuff. Like I was in that book right now, it's the Bernard Hinault era. Bernard Hinault was so dominant. Again, it's not just been Poggy that's been dominant. It's not just been Poggy that's won young. Way back when, I think it was 1982 or 83, Laurent Fignon won as a 22-year-old. So it's not always just been the new era guys that are winning young. And I'd kind of forgotten about that. Laurent Fignon, when he won, was only 22 years old. The professor. He always wore his spectacles, long ponytail. And I guess he was the professor because he went to college for a couple of years. I don't know if he ever completed his education or not, but they called him the professor. Yeah, he won as a 22-year-old. But when Bernard got racing, because he had a bad knee, he had bad tendonitis in one of his knees. He won on the Champs-Élysées one year. He won everything. In the final stage, he won stage 21. He won in Paris on the Champs-Élysées against the big boy sprinters. So that guy could do everything. So dominant in their heydays, just like Poggy. Probably the most dominant. We got Poggy. Let's throw Lance in there. I'm going to throw Lance in there. Lance was an incredible winner. I know people are going to comment here right away. I know it. He was an incredible climber. He was a really, really top-end time trialist. If the only person that I usually see him beating him at the time trials, don't turn off, Jan Ullrich. Jan Ullrich was an incredible time trialist. I'm going to start finding some old video stuff and start doing some commentary, guys. Probably offline, just to see if it works first. Copyright stuff, right? And I think it should be fine now. Take a look at Jan Ullrich's style on that green Bianchi he used to wear. Like, his His aero bars are actually turned downwards, and he's holding them. I'm like, I don't know how he kept himself in that position. Okay, we're just getting... okay, so Izagirre was involved in that crash with Pavel Bittner. That's the post, the picnic rider. Guys, are we really getting close? I'm seeing a 6-minute gap, only 5 minutes, 31-second gap here. Yeah, 5.5 minutes they've trailed here. Lidl Trek, though, apparently are trying to up the ante here and catch up. I'm going to get back to my live footage. Yeah, it's exactly what I'm seeing. Skelmos on the front. 4 or 5 riders from Trek there. Trek's decided it's time to bring it down. And you know what? Their job to do so. They have the green jersey. It is their job to hunt down the breakaway today. If they want to win a stage, these tours are designed. I actually want to be here. The stages, the routes are designed for individual talents to win. Whether you be a time trialist, a climber, a breakaway artist, sprinter. We're not going to see sprint points after this for a little bit. It's going to get harder and harder. They need to try to win now. Boys at the front, I can see the flags blowing pretty hard here, cutting through town. So this must be them going through Chateauroux. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. 5 minutes and 29 seconds. I think the breakaway has now stabilized here. I think this is as far as we're going to see them get out. Depends what the back of the peloton does here. Got one rider off the back. It's Samuel Watson, still trying to make his way back on for Ineos Grenadiers. 131st overall at the Tour. He's 1 hour behind right now. So there was the 5 riders that went down there. Let's keep going with the awesome chat, guys. Awesome chat here going on today. Okay, thanks, Don. Tour de Swift was Almeida. That's right. And he was super dominant there. So, key guy for Taddy. Yeah. Ayuso is UAE, but wasn't selected this year. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've heard the same thing. So they are saying that about Ayuso. He's got his own dreams of being the number 1 guy. That team is too stacked. Like, think, guys, I don't have the list in front of me here. Pipe in if you can. Taddy, Almeida, Ayuso, Isaac Del Toro. The list goes on and on. Plus yesteryear stars. I mean, Adam Yates is there, who's capable of winning climbs at any given point. There's a ton of other riders there. It's the most stacked team in pro cycling. There's probably 3 or 4 riders that could lead other teams. That other teams would die for. They're all there in support of Taddy. Ayuso is the one that they're saying, well, maybe he's not really that much of a team player. So, possibly see him moved at some point. Nietzsche here saying, yeah, Almeida second this season, definitely for me in UAE. Dude, he's a great cyclist. 150 riders, folks, starting to heat up now. Let's rock. Bang, bang time, folks. I like to say that. Actually, I think me and Joey were watching something. You know what? I think it might have been a Tour de France stream, something else I was watching, and they said it's bang, bang time. Actually, no, it was a Jason Statham movie. I'm sorry, I apologize. But yeah, bang, bang time today, folks. Sprinters, get it. Ayuso is E, wasn't selected for the Tour. He's not a team player. Thank you, Don. Yep, Don's busy over there. Tour of Austria, Don. Tour of Austria. At least I think that has the Tour of Hungary started, and I don't know about it. So this week, at the same time, I think it started last Sunday, the Tour of Austria kicked off, and I think it's 5 or 6 stages. Yeah, maybe it's over now. I'll have to double check that. I think he'd won 3 stages in a row. Ian's here. He says, waiting for results today. Ian, I joined up with you on Strava. I think I saw you comment earlier that you saw my Zwift ride yesterday. Yeah, dude, I was off the bike 4 days. I found a route that was relatively flat, that I could get like some extra points. That's a route I've never done before. I think it was called Canopies and Coastlines. 28K, 260 meters of climbing. Nothing much. I just kept it right around 200 watts the whole way. Yeah, Tony here. Exactly, Tony. You're seeing what I'm seeing. Trek still on the front here. It's their job to bring him back. We're at 5 minutes 24. Ooh, guys. Check this out. Almeida, it says he's out the back right now. João Almeida. He's not far behind. This will be just a simple mechanical or going back to the team car. 20 seconds back. I don't think anything serious happened here. If something serious does happen, this tour will be turned upside down. It will be a whole new ball game, folks. 20 seconds, 23 seconds. He could be back just at the medical car right now. So let's not get too excited about that yet. Not excited to see someone be hurt, but that would really flip things up. Tony here, you called it too, dude. Milan looking around at the sprint. He had a lot more in the tank, I think. Yeah, dude, I think he had another 10, 15K an hour in him because they did the sprint at 60K an hour. There's my heart rate monitor turning off. It's been on the whole time. I need to charge that baby today. Oh, it's on again. Perfect. Where is that thing that it's turning off and on? I think I have a ghost in here. There's a ghost triggering my... It's way across the room in the 10 by 10 cube of sweatiness and destruction. Yeah, he was like basically sprinting, standing up, but like low, like kind of almost like a low RPM sprint. He just looks over his shoulder, has a look back. It's almost like the Lance look, which really wasn't the Lance look. That was just Lance looking back. He wasn't checking out his opponents. He said that the whole time. That one might have been the Milan look. He just took a look back. Yep, gotcha. Okay, we're good. Basically shut her down. Jay Taylor, how's Benny? How's Milan? Almeida. Benny was second to Milan at the intermediate sprint. They took third and fourth positions. 15 and 13 green jersey sprint points there for them. 20 and 17 taken by Mathieu van der Poel and Rickert up front. Almeida was just off the back. It's still showing him hovering back there, guys. So let's see if we can see it on our little map here. Let's see what's going on. Here's Mathieu and Rickert. Can't see his name right now. Then we got our Peloton. Rider number 3, this is João Almeida here. I believe this is probably him just going back to the car, grabbing something, having a little chit-chat. How you feeling? Yeah, okay, I'm okay. But we do have one poor rider further back here. George Zimmerman. Was he involved in the crash earlier and didn't get back on? 111th overall at the Tour. He's the German champion. Guys like this, sometimes these jerseys are hard for me to pick out their teams because it's all white. I'm looking for that white, yellow, and red for Intermarché. I'm just going to see if they're saying anything here. Ooh, okay. Here's some good stats here, guys. Breakaway, 46.8 kilometers an hour. Peloton only traveling at 42.6. That's why they're so far ahead. But here's some crazy stuff. Tadej Pogacar, his Portuguese lieutenant, is dropped from the bunch. They are saying he was dropped. He survived the day despite the injury sustained in the final stage 7. Guys, 2 days later, my theory is that it's not the next day, it's the day after. That's when, you take a hard slip on your back. Yeah, it's sore. But 2 days later, it's really sore. So he's out there struggling, trying to stay on. Now, I don't know if he's really in trouble. That might be a little bit of drama. Gonna move up here. Zimmerman crashes. The German national champion went off the road. He gets back on his bike. So that's why he's there. João Almeida, 14 seconds back. So João's coming back here. It's not like he's dying, falling at the back. I'm actually watching a replay here. Now, they need to be careful with this. He waited. He's just getting drafted back up to the front by his team car. Okay, they're probably going to allow it because he's hurt. Don't take too much advantage of it. If this was a harder stage today, guys, João Almeida could be out of the Tour de France. Probably very fortunate his accident occurred on these two flat stages. And I know one of you cycling fans asked that question. I think someone asked it yesterday, do you think Visma will attack knowing that Zhao's hurt and not give him a chance to recover? That was a super good question, man. Guys, views are getting up. We got 160 people here. Let's rock. Nietzsche here saying, Visma try to look like they are indestructible and in control of everything and always. Yeah, they want to be in control. I just need to see them attack. They need to attack Taddy. That's the only way. Still, we're holding solid here. 5 minutes and 24 seconds. Whatever the Peloton's doing, the two up front have said, we're going for it. We are going for it. George Zimmerman well out the back right now. He's 1 minute and 44 seconds behind the Peloton. He's going to have to hope they slow down a little bit or surf some cars to get back to the front. No new updates there. I'm going to check over here for updates. Yeah, they are talking about George Zimmerman. Haven't seen a shot of him yet. Apparently, he hit the ground pretty hard. He was getting checked out by the medics. Nowadays at the Tour, when you take a hard tumble, and I think if they deem it to be severe enough, you have to go through a full, I guess it would be called like a concussion evaluation. They don't want you riding with a concussion. Can any of you remember, I think there was a Tour of California a few years back, and I thought it was it Tom Scoynes? I thought it was Tom Scoynes. He crashed, and I think he was way in the front. I'm sure some of you watched this. And he was like just weaving back and forward across the road. He was obviously so concussed, but he was so desperate to get back on. Cyclists, some of the toughest dudes out there. They're not rolling around looking to draw a penalty. They're not diving, trying to draw a penalty. Other sports, give me something for free because I'm faking it. Cyclists, get me back on that bike as fast as I can because that Tour never stops moving. They got to get back on their bikes. I think George Zimmerman is quite hurt. The gap went from 1:44 to the Peloton. Now it's at 2 minutes and 32 seconds. So he's been fully medically evaluated. He is back on, but I guess his cycling kit is pretty much destroyed. Quick change in the standings there. This is what happens. Now it's only 1 minute 31 back, so maybe just a bit of a delay. 5 minute 27 seconds. So the two up front holding them off. Okay, so here it is here. George Zimmerman was involved in a crash. He has been checked out by the medical team and is rejoining the race. So some guy like this that had like a hard tumble, his gear doesn't look that bad to me, so hopefully it's nothing major. And it looks like they're probably trying to work on his left arm here. He's obviously holding on, but I think they're actually trying to work on him there. Let's just have a look at this, guys. See if we can, yeah, we can't get too zoomed in here on this. And right now, it looks like he's back on. Nope, showing a gap of 1 minute. So obviously the transponders are not perfect. Amazing that Mathieu van der Poel and Rickard are able to hold them off. While we're here, let's take a look at the teams. I want to have a good look at this Rickard guy. So we lost Jasper Philipsen, their sprint star, on stage 3. Caden Grove finished 3rd overall yesterday. This guy here, Sylvain Dillier, seems to be the guy that does the most work for Alpecin every day. When we're not during the most exciting parts, it's always him on the front for Alpecin driving. Here's Mathieu van der Poel and Rickard here. Belgian rider. So these guys know what it's like. The Dutch rider and the Belgian rider, they know what it's like to work hard, solo, fighting the winds themselves. 5 minutes, 31 seconds. Yeah, there was just that crash. Well, there was a 5-rider crash. Then George Zimmerman crashed by himself. Probably just a little bit of inattention on the road. Brandoni's back. He says, no way Break stays away, gone. They will let Break get tired, then pull him in with high GC in it. Most likely, in my opinion. Never know, though. Exactly, Brandon. I always cheer for the break. He's very right about that. We could see at the end of the stage today, looking at like 50, 60K out, the sprint teams will start coming forward. We're going to see UAE up there. They have to. Taddy doesn't want to give 4 minutes to Mathieu van der Poel. Visma doesn't want to give quick, easy minutes away to Mathieu van der Poel. Kevin Bockelon doesn't want either. So UAE, Visma, Arkea B&B hotels, they're all going to have to drive the front. They're hoping that the sprint teams will do most of the work to bring the gap down. So I can see the GC teams move up first, and then they're going to expect the sprint teams, which is Trek right now, and Intermarché, to get up there and do their fair share of the work. Great point, Brandoni. Nietzsche here saying, 6 minutes is not enough for high speed 100-kilometer peloton, but it is growing, so who knows? Guys, Tour de France, anything can happen out there. Most likely, it won't succeed. Once the big boys get on the front and start working really hard, they've been keeping them right at this 5 minutes and 30-second mark. I'm sure all the DSs back there are saying, guys, no more. That's it. That's as far as they're getting. Just let me get back to my feed over here. Yep. Just replays of George Zimmerman back at the medical doctor there. And actually, they are working, it looks like, on his left leg. Take a look at this. Okay, so average speeds, guys. I'm seeing 46.8 kilometers an hour for Mathieu van der Poel and his teammate Jonas Rickert. Okay, that looks good there. Mathieu van der Poel is 1 minute 29 seconds down in the overall yellow jersey classification, GC as we call it. Jonas Rickert is 53 minutes and 38 seconds down, so he's no threat, but Mathieu is a threat. But yeah, once these teams start winding it up, they'll be traveling, 5-10 kilometers an hour faster than our two up front. I love this kind of stuff right here. UnoX, this is coming from Tour de France website. UnoX Mobility collaborate with Lidl Trek. Andreas Leknesson takes strong turn at the front of the bunch. Still training by 5:30. 106 kilometers still to go in the stage. So UnoX, a team, outside of one of the riders being very highly placed for the first couple days, they don't have anything to show for this tour yet. These teams are going to start getting antsy. They need to get something to tour. EF Education Easy Post, they've done it. Ben Healy winning that stage, they've made their tour already. Now it's all gravy on top. Whatever else they do now, whatever else the breakaways are getting, we're going to see a lot more of EF later in the race. Once we get into the mountains, we're going to see a lot more of Ben Healy. I think we'll see more out of Nielsen Paulus. Let me get this over here. Yeah, just a long replay. He spent a lot of time back at the team car. Two riders up front, just heads down, taking their turns. Probably 1 minute off turns. Says they're traveling at 56, 57K an hour through here. Riders 105 and 106 for Alpecin de Koenig. Ruben saying here, hey Ruben, if they have to ride hard to get them, there will be echelons with the wind. You won't catch those two otherwise. That's right, guys, there is about a 20K an hour crosswind here. So what Ruben's saying is, if they're going to have to start riding hard with the winds, the high speeds, the winds will start busting the peloton apart. We could see big time gaps. Little replay here. It's got a Trek rider hauling 2 bags of drinks to the front. Probably 2 cool bags over his shoulder. So, mobile water delivery. Probably, an electrolyte drink bottle and a carb bottle. Looking at all the solar panels here. These fields once were for wheat and now they're for sunlight. Wonder what makes more money. Which one's more important, sun or food? Quick question. 5 minutes, 17 seconds, guys. This is the first time I've seen it drop at all below that. Average speed here, 47.7 an hour now. 31 degrees Celsius. I'll keep an eye on the flags here. 164 watching right now. Thank you so much, guys. Hit the like button if you can. This is my ninth stage in a row. Feeling a lot better. Still beat up. I actually woke up to the alarm today, which shocked me. I slept to that alarm. Probably because I hadn't been on the bike in 4 days. I rode hard. Didn't ride hard yesterday, but it felt maybe hard because I'd been off 4 days. Stay in motion, folks. Stay in motion. Ruben, I'm hoping there's echelons. Okay, Ian Holmes here. How far behind am I in the chat, guys? I'm sorry. Oh, I'm way far behind, guys. Some of these chats are maybe just showing up now. Ian says he saw my Zwift ride. Cool, Ian. Awesome. I'll be checking you out on Strava too. Ian, let me know if and when you want to ride on Zwift. We can do a ride together. We got some support for Benny here from, looks like Rachel Tess. Oh yeah, my chat's popping everywhere, guys. Yeah, so I just had a bunch of messages pop in. Good point here from Tony C. Going through the feeding zone is always an anxious time. Yeah, grabbing bottles, grabbing your musette bags. 5 minutes, 12 seconds. So if you got anything from race. Okay. Oh, they're talking about another race here. Luke Durbridge won there in 2012. It's a town where they're going to be going through right away. Looks like it's a town called La Roche-Poussey. It's coming up right ahead. Mathieu and Rickard are through it right now. Bruno Amaral run there in 2023. Oh, they were individual time trials. We saw Bruno do very well at the time trial on stage 5. Luke Durbo was right up there as well. Guys, I know I'm behind the chat, and I apologize. Let's get it. Let's get it. Rachel's asking about Benny. Benny is in the Peloton today. Benny Girmay took second behind Jonathan Milan at the intermediate sprint point. However, they were racing for third and fourth positions, Rachel. First and second were already taken by the Breakaway. Dawn's praying that Primoz doesn't crash today. Yeah, it's usually right about now that Primoz, something drastic happens to Primoz. I'm really cheering for him this year. I'm really hoping that him and Florian Lipowitz... Hi, guys. I see a radio coming from Lidl Trek here saying, I'm currently trying to find us some friends to give us some help up here. I think that's what he's saying. And he's trying to get rid of the water bag that he hauled all the way front. Tim Wellens out the back right now. Remember, this is, probably a minute or two delayed here. Tim Wellens working his way back up through the cars. Every time I see Tim Wellens from a distance in the polka dot, I think it's Taddy. He's got the polka dot helmet on today, folks. We are not seeing that on the race tracker here. I'm not sure why they're not showing that, but he's not with them. He's probably somewhere back here right now. He's probably 20, 30 seconds back, and it's not showing up. Again, that is delayed, so maybe he's already caught back on now, and I missed it myself here. 5 minutes and 10 seconds to the front. Sprikatik the Explorers here from the Philippines. Good to see you, dude. Asking how everyone's doing. 150 people in the watch group right now. Jay Taylor, yes, tell us about Benny and Remco, Vingo. How far into the peloton are these guys, and where are their teammates? Guys, Benny, Vingegaard, and Remco are all safely in the peloton. Right now, it's just Trek driving the front. Trek being a sprint team with Jonathan Milan, the juggernaut of the Tour de France this year for sprints. It's their job to hunt down the two out front. If they want their green jersey win today, they want a stage win, it's their job to get up there. The GC teams are expecting them to do the work. Eventually, if Trek gets tired of doing it, they're going to say, fine then, we'll just let him go. And he'll get a bigger gap today. It is coming down, though, guys. It's coming down slowly. They'll slowly start reeling them back. They don't want to catch them too soon. Think we might be seeing some Uno X riders up there too. Yeah, I think I'm seeing 4 or 5 Uno X riders. Yeah, Tony's saying here, so again, delayed. Sorry, Tony, for this delayed response. I got to catch up with you guys. People watching at work on Monday morning makes Mondays just a little bit easier. True that, true that. Looks like another new person here. Tequila Nichols, greetings from France. Bonjour, Tequila. Good to see you. Yep, Don saying here, Lance had his lieutenant, George Hincapie, buy his tour for every tour he was in. It was awesome. Yeah, that him and George were stuck together, and they're still stuck together in their life after racing. Okay, so this guy here, let's just call him CSA for now. Where are they right now? Currently coming up to just halfway under the stage. 2-rider breakaway out front, Mathieu van der Poel and Jonas Rickerts. I think it's Jonas. There's a lot of Jonases in this race. Very common name. Yeah, it is. It's Tour of Austria right now. Oh, Don's saying, whoops. Isn't Austria in Hungary? Tequila saying, nice breakdown. So, guys, I'm responding really late to you too. I'm trying to cover even more data now. Nietzsche 1981 saying, yeah, UAE Visma clash in the mountains will be phenomenal, but UAE lose Almeida place in top 10 is bad for Tati. Is bad for tactic. Bad luck. Yeah. Guys, a lot of this is luck. Tati fans, Jonas fans, everyone fans. Just remember, people will say, oh, Tati's going to have it really rough because he lost Almeida. And just to point out on the other side, Jonas had it real rough when he crashed and half died on the side of the road. So let's always give Jonas a little bit of credit for bouncing back from that brutal crash and being able to do this for us and race Tati and, put a battle up against Tati. Oh, cool. CSA here lives in a village they are going to drive through. I live in Peloton. Dude, I'm going to look to see where you live. I'm hoping we're still close to that. Dude, is that today's stage? So CSA Chevaux is the town you live in today's stage. He's saying, I live in Pella. Okay, gonna keep going, guys, just to catch up. Yeah, everyone's catching up. Tequila saying here that Nick Zimmer's down. Yeah, that happened a few minutes back. I'm just super delayed. I gotta catch up, guys. Alpecin is for hair loss. Do the team members use the product? Dawn, you're probably saying that because I noticed too that some of the riders are completely shaved up top. That's what you're referring to. Just mooning. Paul here, Paul Salon. This is a new guy in the chat, or it's his first chat here. Will Girmay ever do anything? Girmay is going to have to just react to the sprint teams here, and it's all about positioning for Girmay because, again, line them up at 40k an hour. Girmay doesn't beat Jonathan Milan right now. We see this all the time. It's just like there was the days of Eric Zabel, who always won the sprint stages in the green jersey. Eric Zabel, love that guy. Who did he race for, like Telecom or something? In those pinky, purpley jerseys? Robbie McEwen, probably one of my favorite sprinters. He's got a great book. Peter Sagan. Every couple of years is a guy that can win everything. Binion Girmay was doing it last year. Won 3 stages at the Tour de France last year. Okay, moving on here. Guys, the chat's really bouncing hard on me. Okay, okay. CSA Chevaux saying, I'm exactly 46 kilometers from Chateauroux, whatever it's called today. Chateauroux today. Let's have a little look at the map and see where our friend lives here. He's somewhere along this course. I haven't seen it yet. It must be, maybe it's a very, very small town. You know what I'm going to do? Actually, I need to look at this one here and figure out. So I'm going to figure that the caravan is probably about 50K from the finish right now. Actually, less than that. We have 90 kilometers remaining, so somewhere in this section here. So I'm going to have to go back to the map. And I'm going to think somewhere in here, we're looking for a town that starts with the name P. There was one there. Dude, you're going to have to give me some directions here. So CSA Chateauroux. Guys, 4 minutes and 54 seconds to the leaders up front. George Zimmerman trying to battle his way back on. Jumi's back. Said he was at the bank yesterday, saw a guy pull up on a Bianchi. I asked him if he watches the Tour de France, and we talked about, for 3 hours, about cycling that's history. The guy just went 40 miles. So just a random occurrence. You bump into another cyclist. Guys, you know what? Love cycling chat. Love Tour de France history chat. I love talking about all things cycling. And I know you guys do too. And that's why you're here every day supporting. Really appreciate it. Yeah, just a 3-hour random chat about the Tour de France of cycling. Ruben's saying if you look at the course, they will start to zigzag now. If they turn north, it's a full tailwind. When they turn south, it's crosswinds. Let's see what Ruben's saying here. Yeah, so right now, I think they're getting a full headwind right now. When they turn in the southerly direction here, then it will be crosswinds. Racing through the chat, guys. Don 2, I love the Echelons. ALX, race is already on. Doing the commentary now, trying to keep you guys informed as to what's going on over here. Yeah, UnoX is definitely helping out Lead Trek there. And yeah, Trek is the team that needs to do most of the chasing here. So let's just keep it on map mode as I quickly catch up. Thank you for your comments. Tequila here, Greens from France, nice analysis. ALX is saying, I can't find a YouTube. They all get copyright struck. Anyone that's showing you this on YouTube, just broadcasting it, you'll probably find that their channel has no subscribers. They're just creating new channels every day and stealing the stream from somewhere else. They're all getting taken down. I had 2 incidences of copyright myself. One was for a bit of music that I didn't know was playing. That got caught. And it was just a jingle that in a highlight reel. And then I accidentally played a video. Not accidentally, I didn't know I couldn't do it. I thought I did enough of a voiceover on it. So apparently you can't, for fair usage, you can use it. There's no guarantees though. I was showing a video from 4 years ago. Played it, I talked a little bit over it, and I was telling myself in my head, oh, I really want to commentate this, but I just dialed it back thinking you guys didn't want me to talk, and I think YouTube said, he's not doing enough. That's a copyright. Actually, it was just a stream interruption. So anyone that's showing it outside of the actual providers, yeah, they'll all be taken down. That's why you're not seeing it. It's all copyright. Yeah, you can. Some of the other stages were shown, and actually yesterday, Flow Bikes, an official provider of the Tour de France, they did have the whole stage on YouTube. So just keep your eyes out for that. Otherwise, if you can't see it, just catch up with the highlights, possibly with me. Just hang out here, jump into the chat, and have fun. We now have... this is going to be hard. I can't understand this. I don't know if this is Ukrainian, Russian. I'm not sure. Maybe someone can give me a translation. Oh, Ruben's saying that they designed the zigzagness in this course here to promote the echelons. I wasn't sure if we'd even get it today. Thought we might be too close inland. Oh, it's flying, folks. How many kilometers left? Right now, guys, I believe we're just under 90 Ks left. 90.6 kilometers left. Still holding a good gap here at 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Yeah, Wout was looking really strong yesterday. I think Wout has to be way more tactical and savvy to outsprint Jonathan Milan. It's scary when you can say that someone has more power at the end than Wout van Aert, but Jonathan Milan does right now. Okay, I'll do another poll here, guys. Ooh, I'm so far behind. Am I really that far behind? No, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Someone say, you ever read 23 Days in July? I'm not sure if I have or not. Who's the author of that one? Don here. One of the guys in my cycling club was from Italy, was friends with Ernesto Colnago from back when he used to race. Ernesto would give him and his son custom bikes for free. Wow, that's awesome. Another new rider here. Okay, dude. Over the Top Blues. That sounds like a YouTube channel to me. Let me know. I'll be in Toulouse for stage 11 and can't wait. Dude, Over the Top Blues, if you're hanging out here all day and you actually hear me say this, send me some pics. Share me what you're seeing from stage 11 and I'll show your adventures in Toulouse. I can show the pictures the next day on stage 12 at the start of the stage. So if you're willing to do that, that'd be much appreciated by everyone here. Everyone loves seeing the pictures. Okay, I'm getting back here to see some actual footage. They just cut away from the two leaders, still holding almost a 5-minute lead. That coffee is almost ice cold now. Ruben's saying, Ruben is mentioning here that Cavendish got his first win ever in Chateauroux. He actually has 3 wins in total in Chateauroux. So this has always been a city to finish in for the sprinters. So guys, you can find highlight stages too later on in the day. Donson here, the NBC Sports has a highlight segment 30 minutes after each stage is finished, then extended highlights segment later that day. Ruben saying here, I think I've caught up, guys. We will be turning south soon, so the leaders have gotten through. They'll be getting, I think they'll be getting like a cross. Actually, I gotta figure. Ruben, which way is the wind coming from here? So right now it's saying it's from the northwest. Is what I'm seeing. I don't really trust that. 31 degrees Celsius out there. George Zimmerman still trying to battle his way back on. 90 kilometers left to go, folks. We've got 90 kilometers left to go. Gonna come back here quickly. See our rankings. Let's just take a look at the climbers for a second. Back to CHM. We know Tim Wellens currently in the polka dot jersey with 8 points. Taddy with 7. Ben Healy with 4. Vingegaard at 4. Kostu, I think he's the most combative rider one day. 3 points. This all changes tomorrow. This is all going to change tomorrow. This could be a brand new face up there. There's so many points available tomorrow. Let's have a preview of that one. So guys, this is where we are right now. Chinon to Chateauroux. And if you look closely here on the terrain map features, you can see it starts getting very lumpy and bumpy here. So the crazy thing to imagine too is that after the stage, all the stuff they got to do after stage, then they got to transfer to the next town. So they probably jump on the team bus and start driving all the way to the next town. I know in the past there was some, controversy, drama, comments about the fact that some of the higher budget teams their riders were taking helicopter flights. And some of the lesser budget teams were stuck in the buses for hours on end. I don't think that's really that fair, but one of the coolest things I saw was the year, and I think it was only a couple years back, at the end of the stage, the riders were taking a gondola down off the mountain. You'd see them walk over to the gondola with their bike, jump in, and ride the gondola down. First tour here. Just looking at some stuff here, some highlights. I'll get these up as I can, folks. Okay. People are asking, what is the caravan? That's the promotional caravan. It travels hours ahead of the tour. Basically, it's for the advertisers throwing out a bunch of swag, hats and t-shirts and food, everything. 4 minutes and 54 seconds. So they're just holding stagnant right now. Yeah, love to see some crosswinds happening. Tikala Nichols here saying, I will be in Paris for the final stage. I am very envious of that. Okay, check this out here. We have another new commenter. Rosalier Gabinel. Am I saying that right? Probably Roselier Gabinel. I am watching from the Philippines. We've got quite a few comments here from the Philippines. I know Ian's from there, and there was someone else yesterday too, so they have a big interest in cycling. Okay, this dude's back. Good to have you back, dude. Jehu here. It's Ortigueras. Some people already overreacting regarding Zhao's conditions. Let's all not forget we did not see yet the presence of Soler, Yates, and Sivakov, who in the past serve as Taddy's guardians. Correct. Those guys are further down in the rankings. Soler, we will not see him really to the mountains. Adam Yates, he's lost a ton of time, but that doesn't matter. He's not here for GC. He's here to support Taddy. I think people are just, creating drama, reacting to it, maybe myself as well, just because I think he's Taddy's number one guy. Adam Yates, yes, but Zhao is just younger, more in his peak strength years. He's the guy I'd want to lose the least. If I had to say you got to pick which guy do you want to lose before the mountains, Zhao, Adam Yates, or Marc Soler, I would not want it to be Zhao. He'd be my last pick. I would kick someone else out before that. Over the top blues, yes, I'll definitely try to do that for you if I can. If you have an Insta, I'll send you a DM. Yes, I do, dude. Look for Inside Cycling World. I will check it, guys. I'm trying to check it way more often now. I know I've got some stuff being on there. Daily posts just highlighting, showing what we're doing next. Just watching Jonathan Milan replay here, grabbing his feed bag. The Coffee's rider pushing him to move him out of the way, like just give him a push on the back of his hip there. Like, get up there, dude. I need to get my bag. You'd think they'd find a better way to do this. I mean, it is super dangerous. UnoX and Trek doing all the work on the front right now, guys. They must be doing like 50-50% of the work right now. 4 minutes and 56 seconds in the lead to the Peloton. George Zimmerman just hanging on back there. How hurt is he? With the Peloton speeding up, it's going to be hard for him to get back on, but I'm surprised he hasn't been able to surf the cars better and get back in there. They just actually showed him. There. Okay, we're going to go back to that. Where are these two on course right now? I want to have a quick look at the map here. Passing through small towns all the way. I'm trying to find CSA's hometown. He said they passed right through his town. We're just going to follow along. Just give me a second, guys. That town starts with P, but I don't think that's it. Lots of little towns. It could be right off the road. Who knows? I'm not seeing it, but that could be just I'm scanning really, really quick here. Yeah, I would think it's around here somewhere. Maybe it's just a tiny little town. Get back to the race, guys. 4 minutes, 53 seconds. Oh, wow. They're talking about a town called here, Bossé-sur-Claise, from one of the original runners of the Tour de France between 1907 and 1911. He actually finished third. I guess we're passing through his hometown. His family settled in Chateauroux. That's a town we've already just been through. Sylvain and Sebastian Chavanel's hometown. Love all this kind of like history of the Tour, the background. Full of history, full of stats. Okay, Let's get back here, folks. Yeah, so DM me if you can. Guys, anyone that's on here, I say this in all my other videos I've done in the past, just reach out to me. If you want to chat with me on there, just chat with you on there. If you want to send me a friend request through Facebook, I'm on Inside Cycling World on there. I actually have my own page, Colin Emerson. You can message me there. You can chat with me on Messenger. If you ride Strava, if you use Strava for cycling outside, send me an invite there. I'll join up with you. And if you ride any of the indoor cycling programs such as Zwift, I think Ian Holmes rides that. There may be a possible meetup with me and him, or we can do a ride together. And I just saw here that it looks like Ortigueras is from Philippines. Okay, good to know. Jumi here is saying, okay, this is the guy that stopped for the 3-hour cycling chit-chat outside of the bank. They probably thought you were going to rob the bank. The guy told me that Madison Square Garden was built for cycling. Dude, that's true. They used to do 6-day racing back then. Oh, wow. He said he told me one guy lost a race and shot the winner. I had no idea about that. I'll have to look that up. Cycling has rich history in the States. Oh, totally. So just so you know, man, like, so Madison Square Garden there, the actual races they put on were called Madisons. And I don't know if that's where they first got developed, but it was basically like a 6-day running race. It just kept going the whole time, all inside on the track. Huge sports betting on them back then. I'm just going to take a look at this here. Yeah, I can see 3 distinct groups. Front 2, 454, Peloton, the 170 riders. What are we at right now? 172 riders. George Zimmerman still struggling to get on. And then the dreaded broom wagon behind them. Looking at the feed over here, changes at the front. Looks like Soudal's now driving very hard on the fronts. I think there's been some concern over the crosswinds here. UAE present up there now. Taddy's in the mix. Visma's there. Yeah. All the flags are waving on the side of the road here. Let's keep those echelons in mind. Yeah, so here we are zigzagging back and forward. So the wind direction's changing every time on their shoulders. Depending how the road changes, the widening in the road, before it goes from wide down to small, riders might pop out the back. Keep that right there for now. Oh my. Okay, guys, 15:21. 2 minutes ago, João Almeida has withdrawn from the tour. So he was in trouble back there. It's official, folks. I'll be looking for a replay on this. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. Yeah, this is John Chady here. This is his alternate name. Fast, 4-lug, Fox body. Good morning, Colin. Watching from my couch, waiting for the GRC SSR to begin. So, guys, this is John Chady, Fox body. If you're not from around here, that's a Mustang body type. John tracks his Mustang. It's probably like, what, an 88, 89, I would imagine. He tracks his car. Yeah, wow, guys. Breaking news. João Almeida is out. Stage 9, Tour de France. Number 1 lieutenant for Taddy is out. Adam Yates and Marc Soler are going to have to fill that role. Jay Taylor here saying Alexander Kochelov said something like this. The titles and numbers for the leaders are so small it's hard to see. Okay, maybe referring to something I said before. Oh, I missed this one. Nietzsche, 1981, saying Adam Yates is in the situation of Koos from Visma. They are silent and wait for their mountains. Correct. Yeah, we've barely seen anything of Sepp Kuss. It's not his job to be there. Sepp Kuss could lead a team, I think. But his job is to be a lieutenant for Jonas. Jay Taylor says, if the course is on road D2, then it goes through Peloton. Okay, I'm going to take a look for that. Dawn's just seeing it too. Almeida just dropped out. So I think I saw it there as it happened. Ruben saying this reminds me of Alaphilippe and Tony Martin. They also did a similar breakaway. Ruben, I don't remember that one. Did they survive? That's the key question. 165 people watching this stream right now, folks. Let's keep it rolling. I'll give you all the action as I see it. Guys, I'm already getting tuned up for the Vuelta coming up in August. Starting my background work on the Tour de France Women's Edition, which starts July 27th. They've got a picture-in-picture feed of George Zimmerman just desperately still trying to get back on. Looks like he's made it now. I think he's finally made it. Yep, over here it's showing no gaps, but that changes every second, it seems. I'm actually shocked that Almeida's out. Because it looked like he was doing okay. He did go back to the doctor's car once, came back in. I will bring reference back to the point that I say whenever I get hurt, I do a little bit too much work. It's always the second day. The next day I can get through it. It's the second day after I'm like, oh my, I am in agony. And so I'm sure, let me know if you guys are like that too. Maybe that's what Almeida went through there. We don't know what his injuries were. If he had cracked ribs, imagine bouncing along all day for 4.5 to 6 hours a day with cracked ribs. That would not be pleasant. Don saying his brother had a 96 Mustang Cobra with the Mystic paint. Just sold it a couple months ago. Sold his baby off. Okay, guys, you'll have to let me know, because when Don says Mystic paint, I don't know what that is. But John Shady here, who's fast four-lug fox body, he's a Mustang fanatic. Mystic paint is very cool, extremely rare. I have no idea what that is. Someone fill me in. All I know is it's Mystic. Bang, bang. Rolling on, folks. We are just rolling on with the Tour de France. It never stops. This breakaway today for Mathieu and Rickert, I wonder what they're thinking about tomorrow. Like, are they thinking, are they out there going, well, we didn't think we'd be alone this long. And then they've got just an absolutely brutal stage tomorrow. Let's take a look at that again, guys. Coming up tomorrow, Enziat to Le Mont d'Or, Puy de Sancy, 165 kilometers, 100 miles, 4,450 meters of climbing, just quickly 14,000 feet, something like that, of elevation gain. And we can see the climbs here. I'm looking at these climbs sideways, but I'll read them out to you. First climb of the day, 4.1 kilometers at 6%. Second climb, 5 kilometers at 7.5%. Here's a little baby one, 5.1 kilometers at 7%. 3.4 kilometers at 7.4%. We get deeper into the stage, 3.4 kilometers at 7%. So we're not seeing, I remember these are average numbers, guys. They could be a lot steeper in places. But we're not seeing 10, 15, 20 kilometer long drags. Those are coming later in the tour. Going to be an epic stage. Let's just jump here. So we finish up. There's the Toulouse stage. Let's go to the Toulouse stage. Generally, the stages around Toulouse are flat. So this will be an opportunity for a sprint / but I'm thinking more of a breakaway stage here with all these at the end. And then I think after that, we start heading into some serious climbing. Yeah, look at this. 2 days after the rest day, we've got this baby on hand, the Hautacom. Early class category 4 with a sprint point right after it. Then we take on our first category 1 of the year. A little appetizer here with the category 2 before they descend into the valley system and take on our first HC of the Tour de France this year. The very day after that, after you survive the Hautacom, the tour organizers have decided, let's give them a little special treat here. An 11-kilometer long individual mountain time trial. 10.9 kilometers, climbing 653 meters in elevation. Gradients here in this black stuff. These segments here are over 9%. Max gradient here is showing up as 16% gradient. I'll get you back in here, guys. We'll get to the live section here. 4 minutes and 38 seconds, so it's come down another 10-15 seconds here. Average speed after 2 hours, 48.5 kilometers an hour. And it looks like the two up front have been moving really fast. Jonas Rickard, Mathieu van der Poel have accelerated to cover 50.5 kilometers an hour in the second hour. Are they really trying to go all the way? Do they really think they can do it? I'm watching for some race radio here from Alpecin. I haven't seen anything yet. They did turn direction again. This could be another important part here. We've changed direction so much. I think this could be a little crosswind area too. I believe here, I've got to figure out the wind direction. So it says right now it would be a tailwind for them. If I click on them. So like the wind direction I'm looking at right now, is that for the Peloton? Is that for the leaders? It doesn't show us that. It does show that the winds are generally out of the south here. A little bit of southeast wind direction. Almost 32 degrees Celsius, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Check some stats here if I can. Yep. We know João Almeida has abandoned. What do you think that's going to have on the impact? Let me know if you think that Adam Yates or Marc Soler are on the same level as João Almeida. Let's talk about the riders. Team radio coming through here. Yeah, this is where they're showing João. Guys, João is dropped and he will stop, so he will retire. I guess he got to a certain point and got dropped again. He was dropped earlier. I thought that was a medical car visit. I saw him hanging at the back. They're showing the replay here now. Yeah, he gets dropped off the back. The Peloton is completely strung out when it happens. And I think he just realizes I do not have it to get it back on board. So that was number 2 for UAE XRG. Leaving the Tour de France. Okay. Oh, that paint there. Color shifting paint. Mystic paint is a multi-layer paint job. It would be regular. I've seen it around here before. Yeah, and it changes on the angles you look at. Won a lot of card trophies over there. Good to know that. Cool stuff. So Ruben Sain didn't make it in the front. Their breakaway of Alaphilippe and I think it was Tony Martin. 170 kilometers in the front. Wow. If these two stay away, it'll probably be 170k in the front. Down to 3 minutes and 40 seconds, so guys. 3 minutes 40. Back to the Peloton. There's a second Peloton formed right now, guys. I'm waiting for some camera imagery here to show me the second Peloton. It's 20 riders, some big names there. Oscar Only, Ben O'Connor, Warren Barguil, Sepp Kuss, Bergado from yesterday, who was on the break, Vandenbroek, Trichon, Bruno Amaral, Michael Woods. Just kind of listing a few that I'm seeing here real quick. Castrillo Zepeda, Luke Plapp, strong time trial is out the back here, folks. 20 riders currently hovering 41 seconds back. That's not a mechanical. I'm thinking there might have been some echelon action happening there, and they just got blown off the back. George Zimmerman still struggling. He's off the back again. For a while it showed him back on. I'm not sure if he ever actually got back on. How do the echelons happen, folks? The echelons happen when the wind direction is coming from the side. It could be maybe a partial crosswind or a partial headwind. The road, and they're all trying to draft each other. The road is so narrow and the speed is so high through the crosswind areas that they don't have any draft left. They have nowhere to hide from those crosswinds, and they basically just get, there's splits that form. So they're coming, the echelon would form across the road from right to left or left to right. So if the wind is coming from the left side, they'll be way over on the left-hand side of the road where the riders diagonally across behind them on the right-hand side. Sometimes what they do, the really aggressive teams, they'll ride on the opposite side of the road. It's very dangerous. You're basically riding in the gutter. It'll force all the teams off your back wheel because you're now getting no draft off those riders in front of you. You're just going to get blown right off the back. So I think there was a bit of echelon action there. Ooh, they're showing some crazy. So yeah, 25 seconds back to this second peloton here. Looks like they're pulling it back now. Still looking to see if there was some echelons there, guys. I'm not seeing it. A little bit too, and it would have just happened in the last couple minutes. Okay, getting back here. Yep, Ruben's saying it here, so Ruben's got it going on. That's what happens, folks. Narrow roads, they all can't. You got to imagine riders being strung across the road from left to right. Take that entire peloton that's 200 yards long, whatever it may be, 100 yards, you know, in a straight line. If you turned it sideways, like that, going up the road, these riders back here, there's no road left for them. So the front 20 riders will be here getting protected. Everyone back here is not protected from the wind. If there's any signs of weakness or inattention, Izaguri riding through the cars now too. I think he's struggling. He did crash earlier today, so maybe that's catching up with him now. Hopefully he's okay. I can see the peloton ahead of him, so hopefully get back on. Yeah, I'm seeing right now in the replay where those echelons happened. The peloton is massively strung out. It's windy through here. Riders are already breaking off. Once those splits happen, once you see like a 10-meter gap in front, if the group ahead of you is riding hard enough and the wind's strong enough, you just cannot bridge back onto them. It takes an incredibly strong rider to do it. The winds must be coming from their left side. Yeah, there's a long string of riders behind them. Those guys are all in the danger zone. The gap's open, and then all of a sudden, the peloton's going down the road. You find yourself in a group of 20, and the main peloton of 140, 150 riders ahead of you, it's very difficult to get back on. Okay, I'm just watching footage here now. Ooh, someone's really... this is George Zimmerman here, I believe. Yeah, he's pretty beat up. He's got his entire left leg bandaged on the fly from the medical car. And I think he is going to be blown out the back here. Not seeing it on screen where I'm looking here. See if we can get anything from the tour. So they're saying they're 4 minutes back. Oscar only now back in the bunch for picnic post NL. Oscar, he had a puncture. They're talking about echelons here. Definitely echelon action going on, folks. Vout got caught behind. So a lot of strong riders caught in that echelon, which means they'll probably all work very well together to get back on. We're sitting at 4 minute gap. It looks like the two out front. Yeah, flags are blowing here, folks. I'm watching the echelons right now. There's like 20, 30 riders behind there, as it was saying. All the team cars are back there. Riders trying to... I'm watching one rider bridge across by himself to the back end. That must be Wout van Aert right now. Visma rider, it is Wout van Aert bridging across solo. He's going to have to try to get on the back side of the road. All the riders that are getting blown off are on the very right-hand side of the road. He's going to have to squeeze his way in there and not ride off into the shoulder. Chat time, guys. Okay, Jay Taylor was translating the Slavic speaker earlier. Who wants to know the gap between the leader and the peloton? My numbers are too small to read. Right now, 4 minute gap from Alpecin to Koenig riders up front to the peloton. And, you know, I'm watching this replay here. Wout van Aert, again, this is like a 1 minute replay, whatever, working as hard as he possibly can. One of the strongest riders in the World Tour, just fighting his way to get back on. It's a huge peloton at the front with a string of, it looks like 40 or 50 riders single file on the right-hand side of the road. I just seen Wout pass a rider that just blew out the back. He's back on now, and there looks to be some huge compression in the front. Maybe we've gone to a bit of a sheltered area, and everyone's able to get back on. It was actually through a feed zone, too. So that might have helped those riders out behind. The echelons are occurring at a point, and there just happens to be the feed zone there. The riders up front that are driving the front are now saying, okay, we got to get our feed bags. It's going to slow them down. So that might have been just very fortunate for those riders behind. Joey Jojo here, gifting some gift memberships. Guys, you're going to see those pop up. I think those just happen randomly. You can actually see it in the feed. Adrian gets a gift membership. Doug Day just got a gift membership from Joey. Joe512 got a gift membership. Ruben's saying turning south. Ruben's my crosswind expert here. I'm looking at it right now. The leaders are heading southeasterly, and the Peloton, who have been through the feed zone, are now turning in that same direction. Every time we change direction, guys, there's going to be a chance for these crosswinds and echelons, and everyone knows it. Mathieu van der Poel knows it out front too. Back to the race here. 3 minutes 40 seconds, so it's kind of going both directions. It went down to about here, and then it went right back out to 4 minutes. Okay. Take a look at this. Mathieu van der Poel and his teammate have been in the breakaway for 100 kilometers today, averaging 48.4 kilometers an hour. Two riders, so not a lot of drafting here, because sometimes you look at the average speeds. When you're riding in the Peloton, you're saving 30%, 35% of your energy. There's a lot of free speed there, if you want to call it that. These two up front are doing it themselves. Jump on your bike today, go outside, and ride 48.4 kilometers an hour and see how long you can hold it. That's 30 miles an hour, folks. I'm going to say maybe 1 minute. 1 minute. If that. Some people will not even get to 30 miles an hour. That's how strong these cyclists are. 3 minutes 47 seconds holding. Generally climbing, there's a lot of false flatty climbing uphill here. In the remaining segments, kilometers of the route today, they are climbing just ever so gradually all the way. Just going to keep an eye on that for a second. Get into the chat again. Main Peloton brought back the gap to 4 minutes, but is it enough? Depends on how strong Mathieu van der Poel feels today. I say that van der Poel stays away and wins the stage. Aggressive prediction, Jeff. I like it. And I would love it if that happened. I will always cheer the breakaway. Always cheer the breakaway. Now, they've changed direction, and from what I'm seeing here, they're kind of getting pushed on the opposite side of the road. They are showing the second Peloton. Now, I think since they've changed direction, with wind direction change, they're now heading more from the right-hand side of the road across to the left side of the road. In a long line, if you're the guy at the end of the line, when the road runs out, remember you can't ride in the grass, you could be blown right off the back because you're unsheltered from that wind. At this point here, though, that is slightly behind. And these echelons never really got that far apart. It's just meaning these guys are going to be riding a little bit harder today. I mean, they're all right there. So I think maybe at most the gap between that front and second echelon, which are now back together, we can take a look here and see that there's 173 riders here with 2 riders up the road. We should have 176, but we lost João Almeida. So he is out now. Still quite a fast-moving Peloton right now. Average speed 49 kilometers right now. We are over 32 degrees Celsius right now. With 60 kilometers to go, 3 minutes and 39 seconds. This is going to be a tough one. The wind gods may favor them. Okay, back to here. Tequila Nichols, I'm watching live. It's 3:48 from Peloton to the header of the race. That's what I'm seeing live here too. 3:38, 3:39. Jay's asking if Little Trek is controlling the Peloton at the moment, or what team would you say? Jay, just give me a second here for let them zoom in. I'm watching my stream now. Generally looking for the reddish colored jerseys, but we're in a helicopter way above them. Let's have a quick look here, Jay. I'll let you know right away as soon as I see something here over on the stream. Tony C saying Lidl Trek definitely pulling the Peloton. Yeah, looking at it now, Trek is on the front. UAE is up to 2. Taddy's over on the right-hand side of the road. Jonathan Milan right now in this probably 1 to 1.5 minute delayed stream is riding in 3rd position. A lot of teams working at the front here right now. They know there's a chance of crosswinds. They know they all have to start working together to just gradually bring back the 2 breakaways. So yeah, Trek doing the majority of the work at the front right now. Gaps down to 3 minutes 31 seconds. See if I can... Okay, nothing new from the tour there. So if we got any action to show you guys here. Guys, here it is here. I think I can... Just a couple quick images here, guys. So I got to get through the chat first. Best delivery man in the bunch. This is the guy that was riding earlier with 2 huge bags of cold drinks for the riders up front. And here is an actual, just a quick image here I'll just show you here. This is the Echelons here. This might actually be Wout bridging back. I was talking about a solo rider bridging back to the front. He did it all by himself. The gap really didn't get too much bigger than this. I want to keep it on this. It's under 3.5 minutes now, guys. I'm hitting the chat again to catch up. New commenter here, Dana Hadiana. Who is the star now in the Tour de France? Tadej Pogacar. #1 rider in the world. Yep, Tony C saying, thanks, Tony. Tadej Pogacar is the star right now. Tadej has won 3 Tour de France's. Jonas Vingegaard, 2nd place. Well, the other star at the Tour right now has 2 Tour de France wins. Tadej going for his 4th. Record Tour de France right now. Well, it was Lance Armstrong at 7. When you look at the records now, there's a big strike mark, and now it's a 0. So record wins now for Tour de France victories would be 5. George Zimmerman getting a lot of sticky bottles back here. Ooh. Wow, that was scary. Wow, it looks like one of the team cars almost hit a motorbike rider there. Had to swerve over. There was road furniture, the road split, so the team car just swerved over. Well, the motorbike was right there. And I actually saw the motorbike rider put his arm up in the air. George Zimmerman going back a lot, getting sticky bottles. Can't blame him. What's a sticky bottle, guys? You go back to your team car, and I think he might have been at the medical car when he did that. You grab your bottle. Your DS will put the bottle out the window. Yeah, it's showing it right here. They were showing a replay of this crash. That was his team. I'm watching that team car up ahead. Okay, they didn't show that. DS hands the bottle out the window. The rider reaches obviously in this direction, grabs the bottle. The driver will accelerate a tiny bit to kind of give him a little bit of a push to get back up there. I think George took a pretty nasty tumble. He was at the medical car for quite a while. Really glued to the feed right now, guys. And he's really bandaged up. It looks like it's his left leg, his knee, and his elbow right now. Trek at the front, but Uno X is showing up a lot there too, guys. Uno X is at the front as well. Okay, so they're up there. Okay, going to the chat here. Jay Taylor, this is really huge news for Poggy to lose his main man. Almeida, they're saying rib fracture and finger injury. Yeah, and that would have happened 2 days ago when that happened. The Peloton is looking for frenemies. That's right. They are looking for frenemies. The Pel is getting hot, speeding tempo. Guys, boom, we're getting up there now, folks. People are out of bed. 214 people watching it right now. Love it, guys. Absolutely love it. 3 minutes, 12 seconds from Mathieu van der Poel and Jonas Rickards to the Peloton. Poor George Zimmerman has been just hanging out back. He's 33 seconds back right now. I hope this guy gets through this stage. At times it's showing him back, and other times now he's back behind them again. I don't know if he ever made it back. I think he's been back there the whole time. Mathieu van der Poel looks fantastic out there. Oh man, Mathieu van der Poel, his wheels overlapping with Jonas Rickards' wheel. They're so close together. It's like, guys, just don't do that. They're back on George Zimmerman again. He's just floating behind the cars. George Zimmerman. Let's have a quick look at him here. Team. George Zimmerman is Intermarché rider. Right here. So sometimes he can be hard to spot for the teams because, it does have the team right across his chest here. But he's in a white jersey with the German stripes on it. And whenever I'm watching, I'm always looking for the red, white, and yellow colors. So this team, Biniam Girmay, Barre, who we've seen, Page, Brait, Zimmerman, hardest name for me to say, Arvan Sint-Martensdijk. Sure. Jonas Ruch, who took the huge hit yesterday, finished well behind the Peloton. And I think this guy is Lorenz Rex, Belgian rider. Okay. Back to the route here. See the videos here. Yeah, there's lots of good videos. Check out the website, guys, and you can see all this action here. Under 3 minutes for the first time today, guys, with 54 kilometers to go. This Peloton's working out. I'm actually seeing here over on the stream, Jaco Alula on the front. Now they're all getting together. Everyone's like as it was said here, who said it? Tony C said it. Bunch of frenemies now. Everyone's going to work now to bring this back. They can't let two riders just sail away all day by themselves. You can only hide back here so long. Teams are going to have to get to the front. This is where it starts getting rammy too. This is where you'll see riders yelling at each other like, get up there, do something. Like, we're not going to do all of it. Lots of bottles being thrown off here. There's lots of fans here. There is designated trash areas at the Tour de France. If you don't follow it a lot, that's where you're supposed to get rid of your garbage. But generally, there's so many fans nearby. If you were to take your empty bottle and throw it on the road, that would be the best thing for them that day. That fan would just love it. To get a nice empty bottle with about 2 mouthfuls of riders' spit-filled, goobery drink beverage they've been consuming. What a souvenir. There's people on the sides of the roads with garbage cans, and riders have been throwing their bottles into the garbage can as they go by, which I think is absolutely hilarious. What direction are we heading now? Let's have a little look here. Again, we've turned direction again, guys. We have turned direction again. Looks like the next kind of biggest place here is Bouzenaise, or Bouzacas. Hard for me to pronounce that. But yeah, here's the zigzags again. Right, this could be dangerous right here. These zigzags. So the finish is generally we're heading in a southeasterly direction here into Chateauroux, Sprint City after Cavendish. First win for Mark Cavendish was here back in 2008. But these zigzags right here, this was designed on purpose, as Ruben said earlier. We probably could have turned at this town here, Bouzancas. We probably could have turned there and just went southeasterly into Chateauroux, but instead we put some nice zigzags in to allow for the development of the Echelons. These tour organizers are thinking well in advance as to how they can torture the riders. Israel Premier Tech riding the front. Jaco Alula there as well. Going to see lots of different riders now. Let's get it. Some of the people that have been hiding away today in the Peloton are going to be at the forefront. Again, poor George Zimmerman here, just hanging on. What is it saying? 30 seconds. He's just able to. So I think what he's doing, and pretty smart maneuver. Hopefully he doesn't get any penalties for it, which I don't think he will. He's surfing the cars. So he can't hang or he can't get back on with the main peloton, but he's being allowed to surf the team cars at the back. Kind of just moving back and forward through them, hang out with one for a little bit, move over to another. Average speed 49.1 kilometers an hour right now. Okay, so yeah, look. Oh, I think this is the translation here. Just saying hi to Jay Taylor. My last name is written Koshalev. So the name is A. Koshalev and is quite clearly readable by the size of public E letters. Okay, I don't understand that. Okay, Joey Jojo's asking me to check my phone. I don't know why. Hey, yeah, Joey Jojo tells me to check my phone. Yep, using that right now. You got her. And here's a good point here too. Joey's just saying that, and people know this, Didier the Devil. Is it Diddy or Didier? I always thought it was Didier. But Joey's just telling me that he's been, German fan, has been at every Tour de France since 1993. I would have thought it was longer than that. I honestly thought it would have been longer than that. I guess, for me, Tour de France coverage, that was everyday OLN type stuff, would have been like 90s, probably like late 97, 98, somewhere in there. So yeah, I guess I wouldn't have seen him any earlier than that. But yeah, he's he's there every day, follows it. Nietzsche is saying they catch them 20 to 30 kilometers. Okay. Yeah, it's 2.5 minute gap now. 49 kilometers to go here. George Zimmerman way off the back now. They've got him 1 minute and 31 seconds down now. It quickly bounced back to 27 seconds right before my eyes. Head to head here. The breakaway still at 49 kilometers an hour average. That's for the last 120 kilometers. Averaging 49 kilometers an hour. They were over 50.5 kilometers an hour for a little bit of the race here. Peloton traveling at 48 kilometers an hour. And they're bringing it up here now, guys. 2 more changes of direction. That's the important stuff that we're going to see at the end. They're getting a tailwind. Once they turn, then there's crosswind potential. The crosswind returns at kilometer 145.5. And it also happens again when they rejoin the D956 on the way to Chateauroux. I think that's where we turn and we start heading southeast. See if I can figure that out for you. So I think this is what they're saying is the D956 here, the final stretch. But yeah, all these here, crosswind potential here. Right through your guys. I think they say right now they're getting a tailwind. So I got to assume tailwind all the way to this turn up this here at the top of the map. Outside of Saint L'Attention, I believe. At this point where they turn here, all through this stretch here, crosswind city. And then I think we return to a La Beauce. I think there's a place called La Beauce. And I think there's a race named after that, but I think that's in Quebec, I think. Back through here, this should all be tailwind again, and then crosswind potential here in the final run-in to the finish. I think that's what I'm seeing there. Hopefully Ruben can chime in and let me know if that's actually what is going on. He's really following that. Okay, Tudor's now been... okay, I got to get back to my stream here. I actually turned it off for a second or moved it over. Oh, okay, so Mathieu van der Poel dragging the front. The camera motorbike is on them. Jonas Rickert was just sticking his tongue out a few times and breathing heavy, obviously indicating to the camera, I'm tired. First time I've seen Roglic today. They got the camera on him. He's with a teammate. Looks like they just exchanged an energy gel or something. Riding near the back here. Okay, yeah. Rider, no, looks like rider number 14, I believe. Is that 14? 74. He's got a musette bag with him. Maybe a water bag. Yeah, it's water bottles. So handling a bidon to Roglic. Funny how they don't do sticky bottles, eh? Funny how they don't do a sticky bottle pass. It's amazing how the bottle sticks to your hand and you can't let go of it. Only car drivers do that. Yeah, this is so true about this dude. Okay, awesome stuff here. Awesome but not awesome. Hero of the day, George Zimmerman. German champion here, riding for Intermarché, Wanty. Nice looking bike here too. Crashed hard. All this stuff was done on the fly. You can see here his calf is quite banged up. His arm got banged up, and it looks like quite the damage here to his left side. Up top here, looks like there's a rip in his shorts. Looks like they've stuffed some gauze down there, and I'm seeing here on his chest area, his stomach, looks like he hit the ground pretty hard there too. He's been fighting all day to stay on. George will have to survive tomorrow, because George looks like he's a fighter and he's been hanging in there all day. He'll have to survive tomorrow, and then at least the rest day, you know, the second day is the worst. That falls on the rest day for him. I don't know how bad his legs here, but it looks like his shorts are completely ripped right open there. 2 minutes, 13 seconds. George Zimmerman, 23 seconds off the back. Again, surf the cars. Camera's actually cutting to him right now over here on the replay, and he's surfing the cars all the way. I'd love to hear some team radio from them right now. Let us know what the team is saying to him. I'm going to open this up quickly here. See what I can find out. Need to open that up. Yeah, so Jayco rider at the front was Mauro Schmidt. That's the Swiss rider. Israel Premier Tech's up there as well, just like I was saying. Watching that stream, lots of different riders around. It looks like Trek's kind of disappeared from the front right now, saying, come on, guys, you got to help us out. We want the sprint win. You guys want to catch these guys and win the stage as well. Let's work together. Let's bring the GC gap down. At this point, Mathieu van der Poel is still technically the virtual yellow jersey on the road, but within 30 seconds, he will be out of that. This, Jay Rickards, I believe this is, spraying water over his back. Mathieu's looking back at him. Hey, Jonas, you okay back there? I think Mathieu, he is in his element. I think Jonas is, yeah. Replay, he's tired. He's giving the camera crew the I'm tired look. Mathieu van der Poel, let's just go. We're going. Let's keep motoring, bro. Mathieu's just going. He doesn't even look at the camera bike. Riding these white canyons. Yeah, looks like Jonas is number 105. Big day for them today, folks. Remember, 90 degrees Fahrenheit, 32 degrees Celsius. Let's go for a 120 kilometer breakaway. And it's longer than that now. 2 minute gap. Again, back to George Zimmerman here. Got a feel for this guy. Picnic car just going by him. He needed to jump on that car. Bora Hansgrohe car going by. One of these motorbikes at the back needs to give him a little bit of assistance. Israel Premier Tech driving really hard. Some Lauder riders up there probably thinking about Arnaud Delis later in the race. Let's get in the chat. Okay. Joe, yeah, that picture, okay, so that was Didier yesterday. Yeah, we're going to see him every day. We'll see him even more in the mountains when we're going past him at a lot slower speed. Guys, under 2 minutes now. It is on. They're going to reel them back and probably make them dangle for a little bit. Let them cook out in the sun, as they always do. Yep, Tudor's on the front as well. Average speed, 49.4k an hour. Let's take a little look again here. So this must be all tailwind through here. Tailwind through here. And action's really going to heat up on the map, dead center of the road. I'm going to show you this hard right-hand turn here. The winds are coming, I think, from the southerly direction. I'm not sure exactly, more south or southwest. Guys, thank you so much for everyone here. It looks like we're just under 300 people watching. Man, you guys are superstars, legends, heroes all the way. Thank you for supporting my little channel. Me and Jojo love it. It's kind of like a fun thing we're doing together these days. She's behind the scenes, making sure I spell everything right and make good thumbnails, adding all the good tags and stuff. After this, you know the routine, guys. I'm doing the chores. I'm coming back in the house, just smashing anything I can find into my face, and I'm getting back on the bike. 4 days off killed me. I need to push a bit more watts today. Probably going to stick for something flat. Just don't know what I'm going to ride. Okay. Good luck, Benny. Yeah, Benny could be right here in the action at the end, folks. All depends how that sprint plays out. Definitely as a sprinter, that final last-hand bend, you better be right at the tip of the spear, because I believe there will be echelons forming there. The echelons can form a lot easier too as the pack is moving faster. So the wind stays the same, but as the pack speed increases, the peloton just in general will start getting stretched out. They will get lengthened out across the road. A tiny gap falls. Someone misses a turn. All of a sudden there's a gap. And then the crosswind moves in and helps make that gap bigger. There will be time splits at the end if that happens. There was a really good question yesterday. Why did the 42nd rider get the same place as the first rider? It's just tour tradition. They do have transponders. They could probably time it down to the thousandths of a second. But if you're in a group of riders and you're in contact, like right now, everyone except George Zimmerman is in contact with that main peloton. And I get it. The guy up front is way ahead of the guy on the back of the peloton. But if they were all to cross the finish line right now, anywhere on the road, they would all be given the same time. George Zimmerman, because they're saying he's on the back, that he's back on now. I think he's still back there somewhere. It's been changing so much. He would get a separate time. So there has to be like a physical gap between riders. It's not like Formula One. It's not like NASCAR. There has to be a physical gap showing up. And then they say, okay, now we're going to give you a different time. So that's why everyone gets the same time. And a lot of riders know that if you're 1 second behind the other guy, finishing on the back of that group doesn't help you. You need to create a gap and get ahead. Down to 1 minute 49 seconds now. Okay. Here we're getting from the tour inside the final 50K. This is over on X. The pace is so high in the peloton that MVDP's and Jonas Rickards' lead has decreased to 221 here. It's less than that now, guys. We're at 149. They are flying. All the teams are coming to the front and contributing here. Just going to hang out here for now. 40.1 kilometers to go. Someone said earlier they're going to catch them between 20 and 30K. Absolutely. They may let them dangle even further than that. Sprint teams are going to want to be on the front for that final turn. Okay. Okay, Doug Day back. He's already got his lawn work done for the day. Doug, I got some of that to do myself. Thank you, Joey Jojo. James Delara back watching in Corsica, baking in the sun in Corsica right now. I imagine it's quite hot there too. If it's 32 in central France, I imagine it's even hotter in Corsica or close thereabouts. Okay, I can't translate that right now on the fly quick enough. Okay, so Doug's got some big dogs out back. Tibetan Mastiffs. Yeah, I know which ones those are. And Doug's got a big backyard. Doug, how much do you actually have to mow? Looks like he says it's a 22-acre playground. Okay, we got someone here, Tom Jonathan, talking about, I'm not really sure. We're now getting into the discussion of trash management. It looks like this. I'm not really sure what's going on there, guys. Tony C saying frenemies to the last turn. Yeah, probably I would say that too. At that last turn. Okay, just having a look back here, guys. Something's just popping up. UAE riders back at the medical car. George Zimmerman is past the race official car, and he's sitting on Binham's wheel right now. Unbelievable too, folks. I'm watching Bingham here ride back through the peloton with, it looks like, 2 bags of bottles on his shoulders. So they've sent their sprint star back to pick up bottles for the rest of the team. I'm sure they're blasting through like double the amount of water bottles today. Not only are they drinking it, but they're showering themselves in water. Soudal really putting the heat on the front now too. Basically, every team at the Tour de France wants to be on the front right now. Tony, good point. That last turn, it's over. At that point there, it's all about your team and no one else. It will be insane. Heading strong here now, folks. There looks like Tim Wellens, polka dot jersey, and Tadej Pogacar right on the front. Tadej's a smart rider. He wants to be on the front. These high-speed chases, they're traveling at 61 kilometers an hour on the stream here. One touch of wheels at the front, the whole peloton will get stopped, giving a chance for that breakaway to get away again. You definitely don't want to be middle of the field or back. You want to be like in the first 30, 40 riders if possible, where the least amount of incidents are likely to occur. Let's see where they are now. When is the next change in direction coming? Okay, Mathieu and Jonas are just getting into that turn right now. So now they're going to be battling a bit more of a crosswind, and I think it will be a crosswind from their right-hand side. Once the peloton gets around the corner, I'll be able to tell you the direction of it. I'm sure it's coming from this direction here, from southwest to northeast. And we should see the riders strung out across the road from the right-hand side of the road over to the left. Trying to stay in each other's draft even better to shelter from the wind. Mathieu is around the corner now. Oh, Doug's talking about his acreage in Okotoks. Doug, I know Okotoks quite well, south of Calgary. So Doug had nice 22 acre lot out there. Doug, 22 acres in Okotoks, you probably had a really nice property, because I know Okotoks real estate. Okotoks is very pricey. So I'm guessing, Doug, you got out at the right time too. Okotoks is still being developed, constant developments there. Used to be a quiet little sleepy town. Now it's just Calgary South. That was his acreage in Okotoks before he left Canada, now in a 2-story strip house built by Soviet-era design brick and mortar. Home is where you hang your hat, Doug. Home is where you hang your hat. I think you're really liking it over there, otherwise you wouldn't be there. So Doug, folks, Calgary, born in Ontario, came to Calgary. I think he said he was in Calgary for 41 years. 4-month stint up in the Arctic, the high Arctic of Canada, which told him to get back down south. Spent the majority of his career in Calgary, and now he's over in Czech Republic. Only 28 in Corsica. Had our first rain this morning after 2 months without any. Yeah, Corsica's got a very dry environment, very dry climates. Yeah, I love that stuff. Love the dry climate. This is where we're heading, folks. When we're heading southeast here on both these 2 legs, that's where we're going to see. Okay, I got to catch this, guys. I got to see what's going on here. Yeah, definitely a tailwind right now. 25 kilometer hour tailwind. Once we turn right on the southeasterly section, they are taking the winds over their right shoulder. 25k an hour, that is echelon territory, folks. When we head northeast again, it's a tailwind again. Now we take the last hard right into that 16 kilometer run into the finish, and crosswind to almost potentially cross headwind. Oh, there is going to be a smash fest in this last part of the race, folks. Don't go away. It's only going to get more exciting as we go on here. Trying to see if we have any more splits here. I did just see a split here. We got someone off the back here. Okay. Here we go. It's the time trialist. It's the young guy from stage 5. I think it's Ivan Romeo Abad. It's Ivan Romeo Abad. Strong time trialist. Let's see his gap. 27-second gap. Mechanical. Car drop back to... He's a time trialist. I think he'll have no troubles getting back on, but as we make that turn, he will be facing the winds alone now, which is what is happening. He's facing the winds alone now. Going to try to look here and see what's going on with the Peloton as these echelons form. 25k an hour seems to be the right number for things to smash apart. Just having a quick peek here. Yep. Tony C saying frenemies when chasing down a breakaway, and again in the gruppetto. Tomorrow in the gruppetto. Yes, indeed, Tony. 2 riders up front, holding on. They know they're coming. 1 minute and 31 seconds back to the Peloton. Crosswinds happening. Guys, I'm going to take a quick break here. Okay, hang on a second. Israel Premier Tech saying the crosswind sections are short, so I don't really think it's going to come apart, but stay alert. Stay alert. Yeah, so they're saying, hey guys, don't worry about it. I think it's high potential for crosswinds here. It looks like they're 10, 12 kilometer stretches. I think they're just telling the guys, hey man, you guys are good, but make sure you're really good, is what I'm hearing. Gonna grab my 3rd coffee of the day, guys. I'll be right back. Keep the chat going. Thank you so much. All right, riders, we're back. Coming on screen, got the 3rd coffee here. We are set. I could not get my production assistant to bring me a coffee down this time. I wasn't fortunate enough for that. Guys, 1 minute, 17 seconds here. Sweltering in the sun. Almost 32 degrees Celsius, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm just catching up here now, guys. The echelons at Israel Premier Tech said, hey guys, don't worry about it. It's not that bad. There's a huge break out the back right now. Huge second Peloton. 2 riders up front. In the Peloton right now, we only have 130 riders. There's some people missing. Who got involved in that? 43 riders in that second group. Ben O'Connor, Madouas. I'm just looking for live footage over here to see the break. Things are very serious right now. I think that radio to the Israel Premier Tech guys earlier was more of just a mental thing. Hey guys, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's not that bad. But actually, there's a very good chance of echelons, and it has occurred. Simon Yates is back here. Valentin Madouas, Butrago, all in the second group. I'm actually waiting to see. Well, let's do this. They're 34 seconds behind, guys. That's actually becoming quite a big gap. Quite a big gap here. The damage is happening, folks. And we still have another opportunity. Bergado, Lutsenko, Adam Yates is back here. Tom Scoins, Velasco. See if anyone that's high up on the top end of the GCs here. Champasson, Shackman, Thibaut Nice, Michael Woods. I think all of the top 10 of the GC are well at the front. They would have known before that corner, you need to be way up there, guys. Yeah, none of the top end of the GC are back here. None that I can see yet. What is Tour Radio saying? Yeah, splits in the bunch. So this happened as I grabbed my coffee. The last few swills of the last one were ice cold. Looks like Yvonne Romeo had a puncture back there, I think. He's signaling to his wheel, and he's just riding on it, waiting for his team car. So that's what happened to him. Want to show you the map, how this is forming. Here it is. So crosswind section all through here. The winds are coming from the southwesterly direction. Mathieu van der Poel and Rickert still at the front. They will be caught today. The Peloton's here. 43 riders at the back. As we turn left to the northeast along this road here, the town is called, I wish that would stop doing that. It looks like the town is called Ville-du-Saint-André, maybe? Let's just go with that. Sorry, town. Sorry, little town. The Peloton is driving. They know they're in crosswind. So the road looks like it's wide enough for one average F350 here in Canada. These roads in Europe, France and Europe in general are really small. We wouldn't do well over there. So there is a gap. Turning north now, they're going to get a tailwind again. So this is going to prolong the escape. And then the serious time happens right up here. If you are not one of the top sprinters on the top stream at the very front here, your day's over. There will be more echelons here for sure. Remember the combination, again, wind speed now, 24k an hour, which has blown the field apart. And the high speed running even kind of compounds the effect towards the echelons. Beautiful countryside here. I can't believe, if I ever get to go to France, my mind will just go. I'd love to make a full trip out of it. Okay, guys, let me get back in here, get into the chat. Apologize, I had to leave there. Needed that coffee and a little mini break. I look back now on that Israel Premier Tech feed, which I did read out to you. They are 1 minute and 10 seconds back already. Their feed was basically, hey guys, not that bad, but just make sure you're in an okay spot. I think it's pure mayhem back there right now. There is 44 riders back there. That's probably, it went from 43 to 44. I think George Zimmerman's in that group too. Someone's trying to fix their bike on the fly. Looks like the chain's off on the front. This might be, I was going to say, it looked like it was, it's Niels Pollitt. Niels Pollitt for UAE. He got his chain back on by himself and finds a team car. It just happens to be the UAE team car to get a nice tow back to the front here. Okay, guys, it is getting hot in here today, folks. Okay, so Doug sounds like he had a really nice acreage there. Tony's saying, if I was in the tour, my sticky bottle would be called a super glue bottle. I do not think I'm ever letting go. I know, like when you see how fast these guys ride, like, outside, when I used to ride outside a lot, on a good day, I would, over an hour, I'd probably do 32, 33K an hour. Maybe 34 if I rode like a time trial bike or something. And the speeds they're averaging is just insanity. And, I tell myself all the time, well, that's the Peloton speed. They're wheel sucking and drafting all the way. But take a look at the two up front. I mean, they've been hammering at 48k an hour all day long, just two riders. You only got one other rider to take a rest with. So they really are traveling that fast. I'm actually watching the splits in the echelon here. I'd love to see what the team radios are going to say for the next one, because I think Israel Premier Tech really kind of gave them... I think they were trying to just warn them, but not freak them out. Like, you don't want to say to your riders, hey guys, this is going to be an absolute nightmare through here. You're going to get blown off the back. Just be in a good spot. They tried to tone it down a bit, but yeah, rider shelled out the back. Guys, 1 minute 30 seconds back. Okay, that just all changed. I don't think it's correct. Yeah, there we go again. Now it's 133 back. Live tracking. We should be around that bend now. So again, a little bit of tailwind here for the two escapees of the day. Alpecin dominating the stage. Sprint group coming after them. Sprint beast coming. Jonathan Milan there. Big Johnny Milan's there. The Italian sprinter. Awesome to see the Italian sprinters back at the forefront of the tour. Yellow jerseys there. And I've seen Taddy and UAE right at the front. I'm not sure where Bingham is right now. I saw him hauling bottles earlier. This is the third group back here. Let's have a quick look through here. Zimmerman should be in here somewhere. Yeah, there he is right there. So he's found himself a group. So he's going to probably be a lot better for him being in here than riding solo through the cars. Going to have a little bit of respite here, a bit of rest. Teams trying to get organized again for that next turn. Like to see what the tour is saying now. Yep, splits in the bunch again. Now that was a few minutes ago, I believe. No, that's right now. This must just be how speed it is. It says Visma Lisa Bike back at the front right now, guys. Poggy, Milan, and Evenepoel are right behind them. The bunch is stretched in a thin line. This is with the tailwind. Van Aert, Jorgensen, Benoot, and Vingegaard take turns at the front of a stretched peloton. That's after the corner we take in there. I think they're trying to make it really hard even before we get to that final turn. Watching these two up front, the flags are blowing hard here. Blowing hard. I love the crosswind action. So exciting. Crosswind action for the win, baby. Crosswind action for the win. 36 seconds now. They're coming, boys. They're coming. Bang, bang time coming real soon. Getting close to a minute. Yeah, now we're at 37 seconds. Peloton is hot. Break is almost over. Guys, I love these stages. We all know like 90% of the time they're going to catch them, but it still makes it exciting. There's always that hope, so you're saying there's a chance. Looks like there was another feed spot just a little while ago too. I think basically on these hotter stages, and by a feed spot probably where you can pick up bags of bottles for your team, I would imagine. They generally have rules how far you can feed before the finish. Yeah, tons of flags, and it is howling wind through here. The winds are howling. The kind of day when I see these kind of winds, I'm going like, yeah, not going outside, staying inside. Or the days you have to plan to ride out in the headwind, come home with the tailwind, and of course it changes. Happens to everyone. Okay. Yeah, really, the best of the best cyclists in the world at the Tour. Absolutely. Jonas wants a win. I'm sure he does. Not the day for Jonas, though. Absolutely not the day. Yep, 5 minutes to 30 seconds. I love it. Tequila here. Tequila Nichols. I think she is in France. Are you Tequila? Or Tequila? I don't know how you say your name. I like Tequila, though. 5 minutes to 30 seconds is diabolical. Milan is lurking with the leaders of the peloton. I think he's looking for one. Yeah, Jonathan Milan really wants the win. They said it's been a very, very long... I think I was reading this morning or yesterday. Yeah, really good watching the replay here. Watching it now. Visma, 4 riders driving the front. Let's see what they're saying here. Come on, boys. Now it counts. Come on, Jonas. Vouts there. Red Bull helmets. Jonathan Milan sitting behind his frenemies for now. Team Visma Lisa Bike. And, you know, people are going to say, what's Visma doing? I think they're trying to hurt Taddy. They're just trying to hurt him. Like, and I mean, I said it earlier too. You can't race not to lose. You need to race to win. Where this gets them overall in the GC standings overall, it wouldn't do much. Maybe they're just testing the waters. Can we hurt Taddy? Can we hurt him? You know, a lot of this is a mental game too. A lot of this is a mental game. That group of 44 riders, guys, they're not coming back for now. 1 minute, 43 seconds behind. Some of the world's finest athletes, best cyclists in the world, are almost 2 minutes down on that Peloton. Why? Because we took a turn in the road. That's essentially what happened. We took a turn in the road and they've lost 2 minutes. Biggest rider there, I think, would be Ben O'Connor. Yeah, it is Ben O'Connor. 20th place overall. This is really going to hurt his tour today if he doesn't get back on. Valentin Matos would be second here for Groupama FDJ. 23rd overall. Christian Rodriguez for Arkea B&B Hotels. 25th overall. Steph Kras. 28th. Simon Yates is in 35th right now. Lost a lot of time at the beginning. But yeah, I'm thinking like teams like GFC here and Arkea, they do not want to lose 2 minutes. Like for some of these smaller teams, being in 23rd and 25th at the tour is like really, really good. They can work their way up in the mountains. To lose 2 minutes right now due to a turn in the road would really be a crappy day for them. Going to zoom in a bit here, guys. You can see these breaks. Okay, with that tailwind, looks like our two bros up front, the dudes themselves, Mathieu van der Poel and Rickert, are able to get away. They pulled out the gap a little bit back to 52 seconds. Ooh, look at this. They've still got a few more kilometers to go of tailwind here. Oh, Visma Lisa Bike is just smashing the front end. I think that's Campenart's on the front. You can't even see his face. He just has his head down the whole time, just driving. I can see Taddy sitting in about 6th or 7th place. You know, this is just Visma's way of trying things out today. See what can hurt Taddy. That's what I've got to think it is. Okay, Van Aert says it returns to the back of the pack. So Van Aert's done his stuff off the front. It says Van Aert is dropped from the bunch. So after all his efforts at the front, I'm looking at it here. Yeah, he has disappeared on the stream here. Looks like Campenarts is up there, trying to figure out the second rider, and Jonas is still up there. I'll just keep an eye on this for now. Second group back to the second peloton is at 133 back. And the footage from, one single aisle of riders, guys basically riding in the gutter on the side of the road, trying to get some draft if they can. The lead is over a minute again, folks. Mathieu van der Poel is not giving up. Now seeing the echelons that actually formed. And I think it's a huge implosion. This one's a real gap. We could see even worse on that final turn. What's the final turn? Mathieu and Rickards are getting to it now. So the echelons here are being formed by the high speeds. High speeds and not being able to draft the entire peloton because they're strung out across the road. Gaps open and then you start falling back. This next turn is going to be deadly. I'm looking for some race radio here to give me... I want to see the panic. I want to see the desperation from the DSs. I think we're down to 20 kilometers, guys. 17.9. They did say the final run-in after this last turn is 16.5 kilometers. All you champions that are here watching right now, we're bouncing around close to 200 and something to almost 300 people watching. Love everyone that's watching. And the OG crowd that's here from the first minute of the day, you guys are awesome. Awesome stuff, guys. I'm glad you're able to share your day with me, waste your time hanging out with me. Great stuff. Milan definitely wants to win today. I think they said it's been over 20 years since an Italian has won 2 stages back-to-back. Maybe that's a sprinter. I think it's a sprinter. So Jonathan Milan, Johnny as they like to call him on the team radio, Yeah. If he's in anywhere near the front, if he survives the echelons, if I had $100, I'd put it on Jonathan Milan right now. Even at this point right now, well, it's hard to say. Mathieu van der Poel, you can never underestimate this dude. Cyclocross rider, World Tour rider, yellow jersey winner, is increasing the gap right now. 1 minute, 21 seconds. You know, I keep saying it. Guys, this here, so you're saying there's a chance? That's my Dumb and Dumber reference. You guys know Jim Carrey. Canadian, yeah, A. You're saying there's a chance. There's always a chance for the breakaway. Let's get it. Mathieu van der Poel proving it right now. 1 minute, 23 second lead over the Peloton. Yeah, how are they doing this? How are they still hanging on? The Peloton looks like they're maybe 1 kilometer behind them on the road. Van der Poel and Rickards looks like they're dying out there. They're in the final stretch now. It's going to be very difficult for them to hold on to this, but there is a chance. There's a chance of anything, right? The two of them working together. Van der Poel definitely looking the stronger of the two at this point. Like one of the hardest guys in cycling. Himself, Wout van Aert. These cyclocross riders, so much respect for them. So strong. If I wanted someone with me, I would take one of those two before I would pick like a world-class climber. I would want those guys with me. Watching it right now, I can see UAE on the far left-hand side of the road. EF dead center. It looks like Astana's up there today. Hoping to see them. We've got some Soudal riders, Groupama, FDJ in the mix. Guys, they are now around the bend, and I've already seen a split happen. They've already hit the front, and there's a rider in between. It was... Okay, it just vanished on me. But even just that first turn, it looks like someone fell out the back there. Yeah, we're back out. They're talking 55 seconds. Now we're out to 1 minute 17 seconds. I believe it's got to start coming back down here. 2 riders versus the entire, well, the majority of the Peloton. How can 2 riders stay away from 129 riders? How is that going to happen? Will we see Visma push the front again? I'll let you guys know as soon as I see it. Yep, there is a rider in between right now. Who is this? Tim Wellens. Tim Wellens, they're saying he's 18 seconds. He dropped out as soon as we took the corner. I'm not sure if that's intentional. He wants to go back. Was it a mechanical? And we have 44 riders losing 2 minutes today on the front group. Okay, so yeah, that wind is howling right now. And actually, looking at it here, maybe I got the wind direction wrong. But either way, it's going to be a crosswind. Doesn't matter which way it comes from once they made that turn. I'm not sure if in the feed here they've made the turn yet. So I'm keeping a close eye on that. Okay, riders. Yeah, gaps are showing here. 20 seconds back now to Tim Wellens. He is in no man's land by himself. The Peloton accelerates again. Poggy's up there too, folks. Poggy and Remco are taking turns with 15 kilometers to go. 1 minute 12 second gap. Okay, let me just catch up with you guys. 52 second gap, Jay Taylor, the Peloton obliterated that breakaway. They did get away again. We're back out to 1 minute 10, but you've got 2 riders facing, racing against 120 right now. Those 120 are getting breaks. They're getting turns in the Peloton. They're getting draft. Rickard and Mathieu van der Poel, there's just the 2 of them. That's why I love the breakaway. These guys are killing themselves. 13 kilometers to go, folks. I'm expecting some echelons to develop here. I'm waiting for some feed to show it. I'm watching the race commentary here as well. I'll check over here on this source. UnoX. is at the front trying to help out in the chase here. They have sprinters ready. Uno-X Mobility, a team that's never won a stage at the Tour de France. Never won a stage. So there's only so many opportunities they're going to get. They're not going to win a mountain stage. They're not going to win an HC mountain finish. Very unlikely. It's stages like this that they can win on. Okay, Tony C. Peloton, I think, are still trying. They're trying to time the catch. Yeah, they don't want to catch them too early. Yeah, it's like a fine art, the catch of the breakaway, because they know as soon as they catch them, other riders are going to attack at that point. There'll be like a stream of riders trying to get out the front. 1 minute 10 seconds with 12 kilometers remaining. A good sprint team, a good pace. Guys, this is rule of thumb from the master, the ultimate voice of Tour de France commentating and cycling commentating, Phil Liggett. You can bring back 1 minute at a time for 10 kilometers. So they're easily in that window right now. These guys know what they're doing. They'll start slowly turning up the pressure in the peloton and start dialing these guys back. Tim Wellens now is 1 minute. Let me just confirm this. Yeah, Tim Wellens is just falling out the back of the peloton, 1 minute, 22 seconds back. Hopefully he's okay. And then there's a further 1 minute, 25 second gap back to the second peloton. With Ben O'Connor and Valentin Madouas 20th and 23rd overall. Christian Rodriguez in 25th here. They are going to lose 4 minutes on the front end today. Live tracking again, folks. Looking to see. So looks like Tim Wellens is the only one that had problems there. Probably everyone's a lot more attentive now on this final run-in, and that's maybe why we haven't seen any more splits develop. Hang out here. Yeah, you can see the gap now. Tim Wellens is just right out the back. He might be picked up by that group that's behind him at the speed they're going now. It's Tim Wellens versus the 44 riders behind him. Actually, let me have a look at that. Yeah, you can see them coming now. They may actually pull up on one at the very end. The riders here in Group 2, which is Tadej Pogacar and all the sprinters, they don't want to catch them too early. As soon as they catch them, other entrepreneurs are going to go on the attack. They want to leave the attack to the final kilometer possibly. These last couple of corners here, this last corner here is going to be crucial. It's a long straightaway drag to the finish. They can probably see the finish line all the way. I'm going to get back here down to 54 seconds now. They're slowly bringing them back. They've given the Rickert the most combative award already. And now the speeds. You can see now the peloton speeds came up and the breakaway speed still remained at 49.8 kilometers an hour. I want to get right back here, folks. And what I'm going to do today, too, folks, I'm going to call the finish as I see it. Winds have died down a bit here. They're gusting at 20k an hour right now. So it was stronger winds before. Looking to see here on this replay. Yeah, peloton's dragged out, but no splits here right now. Might be a couple of guys just dangling in the danger zone off the back. Under 10 kilometers to go. It's about to get real serious, folks. Tony C is rooting for the breakaway just due to the pure effort they have given it. Yeah, can you have two most aggressive riders? Oh, they only can give it to one, so Rickard got it today. I always cheer the breakaway because they've done so much more work than anyone else has today. They're showing Tim Wellens here falling off the back. This is earlier on. He was surfing the cars, maybe 3 seconds back. Now he's 2 minutes behind the peloton. And I still think the second peloton of 44 riders may even pick up Wellens at the end. Jay Taylor's kind of liking the breakaway to do. Guys, I'll always cheer. I don't care who was in that breakaway. I will root them on. Just the effort they're putting in alone. And the guts to go on the way. Knowing that, here's the thing too. It's not just the effort. It's the fact knowing that, well, we're going to go out and kill ourselves today. And there's a 95% chance we won't make it. Rickart's riding with his mouth wide open, tongue out. still at 51, 52k an hour here. Let's see Mathieu van der Poel. He will be stone cold. You will see nothing in Matthew's face. Man, that guy is chiseled. Super arrow as well. Matthew still thinks there's a chance. I guarantee you, he still thinks there's a chance. I can see UNOX on the front. Trek's right up there. Looks like we got some Red Bull riders up here too, folks. EF Education. Gonna be a great finish. Gonna be a great finish. Wade here saying hi today. Hey Wade. I think Wade came in a bit late. Abel Kefley's back. Where is Benny right now? Benny is in the Peloton. He is in the first Peloton, safe away from the second Peloton that got dropped. We've got a bunch of riders that are going to lose probably close to 3 minutes today on the main Peloton. And again, that group, Ben O'Connor, will be, I don't want to say the biggest loser, but he's going to lose the most time out of the contenders. A lot of people would say that Ben O'Connor could be a top 10, top 12, 15 contender. He's going to lose 13, probably 3 minutes today. So unfortunate for him to get caught out in the echelons, but that's why you need to be on your game, paying attention. The look on Rickard's face, I don't even know if he's going to make the finish line. Looking at Mathieu here. Mouth open a little bit, but he looks determined. Rickard looks, I would say, I'm done. Mathieu looks like, yeah, I can do this. I can do this. What a champion. Okay. Sheila's back again. Love the coverage. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Sheila. Tony's saying to Jay Taylor, not going to bet my house on it, though. Yeah, 100%. Guys, 35 seconds. Yeah. With how they're closing right now, they're going to run. They will be caught before the finish. But they'll be within sight of each other now. You've got all the horsepower of the Peloton sprint teams chasing these two dudes who have been away the entire stage. They've been away 160 kilometers, guys. By themselves. The only person they can hide behind is their teammate. Then one other person. Visma is again driving the front, guys. Jonas riding in third place. Looks like Campenaerts. I think Campenaerts the one that is wearing a solid helmet with no air ventilation. I can see a UNOX rider calling for a bike. I don't know who that is right now. I think it was Frontheim maybe. 3, 4. There's 6 Visma riders at the front. Taddy riding back in about 25th place. I think as them, this is just putting some heat on the front and keeping Jonas out of danger. They know it's such a high-speed finish. We got to keep Jonas well at the front. There's only 2 riders in Jonas that can take him down if they fell. Taddy's got, a bunch of riders around him. Definitely say Jonas is in a safer position right now. Let's get back here. Yeah, Wade, Alpecin, Mathieu van der Poel, and Rickard have been on a break for the entire stage. Yep, they are using the sprint leaders to come up early and chase. Okay, what am I seeing here? Okay, Jonas Rickard, according to the stage, he's completely off the pace. It is our superstar. Mathieu van der Poel is alone out front, folks. Bit between the teeth, head down, butt up. Let's go, dude. This is why he's my favorite cyclist in the world. You're not going to see GC contenders doing this. They're not going to do this. But they are closing the gap so quick. Mathieu will be caught. He is defiant to the end, folks. Defiant to the end. I love riders like this. This could be any other rider from any other team. I would talk the same way about them. To go out there knowing that you're going to be caught, most likely, and to still fight all the way. Get back to the live tracking here. You can see the gap coming down on screen right before our eyes. Mathieu van der Poel does not want to give in. He's like, you're going to have to catch me. You guys have to come get me, and I will fight you all the way. Other riders just kind of say, I'm done. They don't have the ability, or maybe it's the mental toughness to hang on all the way. For some reason, they're showing Tim Wellens. Okay, they showed him back with the group. No, he's way back here. So Tim Wellens still a solo. So Tim Wellens is in the group now. They call it the group of the King of the Mountains jersey. 4 minutes and 31 seconds behind Mathieu van der Poel. The Peloton only has 22 seconds. I'm looking at the replay here. I'm going to watch when Rickert falls out. Because just the look on his face, Mathieu is working extremely hard. Mathieu, do not kill yourself today, because tomorrow is going to be a death march through the mountains of Central Provence. Trek on the front, driving hard. Jonathan Milan up there. Jonas Vingegaard sitting in about 5th place right now, just staying out of trouble. I've seen that before. People saying, why is Visma at the front attacking? I think they're just keeping Jonas out of the way. They're so worried that he's going to crash. I think if Jonas crashed again as bad as he did before, I think his career would be over. He would never come back from it. And just the fear of crashing again like that, I can think is in his mind all the time. 3.2 kilometers out, guys. Mathieu still holding on for dear life. Let's watch the corners here. Guys, it's over for Mathieu. Chapeau, Mathieu van der Poel. This is why his name will always be remembered in the future at the Tour de France. Always. What a warrior. What an absolute warrior. Yep, frenemies. You got to make frenemies. You got to. Jeff was saying he thinks the break had a chance. They burned out the lead-out riders. Yeah, you know what? This could really, it's a good point here by Jeff. This could turn the sprint upside down, this hard chase of Mathieu van der Poel for the finish. You know what? I'm thinking here. Mathieu's driving as hard as he can because they do have a fast man in the name of Caden Groves, who did very well yesterday. Hopefully they've got someone back there that's going to be able to lead him out. Caden finished 3rd yesterday overall in the sprint behind Milan. Bit of a scramble at the back. Riders trying to get back on. Trek really at the front. I'm seeing Alpecin up there now. I don't know who's at the front for Alpecin at the moment. As soon as I do, I'll let you know. Mathieu still hanging on here, guys. You can see they're basically, he's coming out of the corner and they're going into it. Trying to watch you guys here. Oh my. Oh yeah, you're right. Mathieu van der Poel is running like a freight train. Choo choo. I always like to say, yeah, Taddy won't take a chance. He's more calculated. Yeah, I don't know what Taddy's going to have left for tomorrow. Chateauroux, that's the finish in town today. That's a new commenter here. Motique Vlog. Guys, I'm trying to watch close here. Mathieu is around the final, but I can't believe he's still fighting. Still fighting. 7-second gap. Mathieu will be swallowed up here in the last 1 kilometer. We should get under the 1 kilometer barrier to see Mathieu finish. Guys, we're going to follow that to the finish. Then I'm going to jump to the replay and give you my play-by-play as to what I'm seeing on screen over here. Remember, this is a bit delayed here now. Actually, it's a lot delayed right now. I wonder if I can catch this up a little bit. I don't know why it's so delayed right now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a refresh of that. And try to watch this over here for you guys. Final kilometer, folks. 700 meters to go. Bang, bang time, folks. They are showing Mathieu van... Okay, so now I'm really close to them. I'm a little bit behind. I'm watching Mathieu van der Poel trying to hold off the Peloton here. We're going to do this here quickly, guys. See if I can get that over there. Pull this up here. See what's going on. Yeah, under 10-second gap there now. It's actually now they've caught him. They should have caught him now. Yeah, they've caught him now, folks. 300 meters to the finish. Let's see what happens here, folks. I'll jump over to that one right away to give it all out. Merlier is in position, it's saying. They caught Mathieu van der Poel at 700 meters to go. As soon as I know what happens over here, it's going to flash up on screen. Actually, I wonder if I can kind of disguise it from you guys a little bit so we don't know who wins that one. And I'm going to jump right over there and see what happens here. Yeah, I don't know what Mathieu van der Poel is going to have left for tomorrow, folks. What I'm going to do now here, guys, I'm coming over to my live stream over here. I know this is slightly delayed, but this is how I want to do it. Actually, right now, they're going under the Flamme Rouge right now. 1 kilometer to go. Mathieu van der Poel being caught by someone. It looks like an EF rider trying to get to the front. Israel Premier Tech over on the left-hand side. Looks like maybe that's a couple of Groupama riders. EF riders swinging to the left. Jonathan Milan surfing in about 4th place. Some Tudor riders up there. That might be for Pavel Bittner if he's in that mix there. Oh, it is all over the place. Just saw a Confidence rider have to brake check himself. Try not to crash into those riders there. 2 Israel Premier Techs right at the front. I got to believe one of these is Pascal Ackermann. Jonathan Milan along the barriers. Now accelerating away, doing that crazy intense sprint that he has. Pulling away now. Tim Merlier is right with him. Tim Merlier got it. I think Tim Merlier got it there just barely over Jonathan Milan. If so, that's 2 for Tim Merlier for Soudal. He is in a white jersey. Who's celebrating here? I can't see the DSs. Tim Merlier has his arms in the air. Managed to beat Big Johnny Milan. Wow. Insane, folks. Insane. So the reason I did this is because I want to show you this now. It is Tim Merlier. I always want to give you guys the commentary as I see it. That's how I like doing it. So kind of did a little shady one there on you. So Johnny Milan gets same time. Arnaud Delis looking good for Lotto too. That's their designated sprinter right there. Let's go through this. Really nice sprint finish there. I'm going to come back here and see what we got for a replay. We'll probably see it down here. So Tim Merlier first, Jonathan Milan second, Arnaud Delis. Pavel Bittner was there. So there was 2 picnic riders up there. I just said I hope one of them must be Pavel Bittner. He's their designated sprinter. And Paul Penhout for Groupama FDJ. I did see a FDJ up there, Groupama. I had no idea who they were though. Wow. So Mathieu van der Poel went solo for 174 kilometers. 173 kilometers today. What's going to be left in his legs tomorrow? Overhead view here again now. This is good. Jonathan's got the lead. Tim Merlier pulls up beside him. Tim just goes and goes and goes. Actually, you know what? Arnaud Delis almost got second place there. That was a close one. I think his speed I think once Jonathan Milan saw Tim get up, really good sprint here, guys. Jonathan Milan is maybe 2 feet from the barriers, and it was a good, safe sprint. Yeah, Arnaud threw his bike at the right time. Lotto could get a sprint win here still, guys. They could still get a sprint win. Arnaud Delis looking good here. Probably getting his legs under him now. That was awesome. Time to cut off 19 minutes. Everyone will be here soon, guys. Let's go back to the live tracking here. This is our 45 group rider here. 45 rider group here, guys. Ben O'Connor, big losses today. He's going to fall way down the overall standings. I could see Ben O'Connor being, well, you know, it won't be that bad, but a lot of things are going to flip-flop here, guys. So in the mix there, Delis, Bittner, Penot, Girmay finished 6th place today, guys. Phil Bauhaus for Team Bob Victorious was 7th. Jordy Meuse for Red Bull, 8th. Frontheim for Uno X, we saw that right earlier. And Caden Groves for Alpecin was up there in 10th place. I said he needed a lead-out man today. I don't know who was with him. It definitely wasn't Mathieu van der Poel. I don't know what Matthew's doing right now. Probably went straight to bed. I'd be like, I need a massage quick and I need to go to bed right now. I need maximum recovery before the war that's going to go on tomorrow. Okay, so Benny got 6th place overall. Let me just back up here, guys. Yeah, Mathieu van der Poel is dead. Yeah, that was a tired-looking Mathieu van der Poel. His teammate bowed out well before Mathieu did. Mathieu fought to the end. Peloton got him. Tim Merlier won. Yeah, Jonathan was along the boards. Merlier just had the better of Jonathan today. It's like, again, they're showing it side by side. Jonathan at this speed is not able to do the look back. Remember too, guys, they've been out in the sun all day. 174 kilometers. It's 32 degrees Celsius. And Johnny Milan looks like a bigger dude. He's carrying a lot more weight on his body than some of the others. He looks bigger than Tim Merlier. I'm not sure if he is. He looks a bit thicker, more muscled. Tim Merlier reaches to his mic and tells the team right away. It looks like he's just screaming into his radio he has with him. Good, friendly, clean sprint here. Yep, Arnaud Delis coming up fast at the end. He almost caught Jonathan Milan. And Pavel Bittner was fourth by himself. Fifth goes to, is that a Groupama rider there? Yeah, and sixth would be Binyam. So good job by Binyam staying in the points there. Yeah, Milan must be disappointed. He could have broke that record where an Italian hasn't won 2 stages in a row in a very long time. Cuba Libre saying, "Oh no, poor Benny." Benny's fine. I think he did fine. That was a tough day in the heat. Nain Iota Zero, what place MVDP in? I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I'd have to take a look back at the replay there. I don't know if there was actually time splits. Let's have a look now, guys. A lot of these riders are going to be on the same time. Matteo Jorgensen moved up 1 spot from 6th to 5th. Mathieu van der Poel went down 1 spot from 5th to 6th. So in the top 10, that was the only flip-flop. I'm going to give you guys the rankings right here. Let's take a look at the stage here. See if there was any splits. Remember when they all finish as a big group? Or close enough, thereabouts. They'll all get the same time. So you're going to see it here. So you can see here right away, they basically given everyone first through 63rd place were all on the same time. And you're asking, well, how does that happen? If you're in contact, even though there's little slight breaks, I did see one here. There was a slight break between Bittner and Arnaud Delis, but still in contact. They did get time bonuses here, which is nice. So down to 63rd place here. Sorry guys, trying to find it again. C. Russo of Groupama is included in that front break. Then there was a 17-second actual physical break. Wout van Aert, Barth, Campenaerts. Campenaerts drilled himself into the ground, chasing through those crosswinds. Mathieu van der Poel finished with that group. So once he got caught, he just let off. Yeah, he deserves combative rider too, just for fighting all the way to the end. So then everyone there gets that 17-second gap down to 88th to right here. Then at 49 seconds, oh sorry, there was one rider at 41 seconds, that's right. And then at 49 seconds, we got a couple of riders. Then there's going to be little drips and dribbles coming in, like 54, 104, 107. But let's see the big damage here. They haven't even finished yet. At least it hasn't been shown yet. Is that right? Live? We could do this. Come back to the stage. They should be finished now. Yeah, they're all finished now. So check this out. Mathieu van der Poel tried everything. Caught by the Peloton in the final. Mathieu van der Poel escaped for 173 kilometers at a speed of 49.9 kilometers an hour. Guys, I need you to jump on your bike here soon. My challenge today is go outside and ride at 49.9 kilometers for 1 kilometer. That's my challenge to you. It'll be very hard to do. That was insanity, folks. Guys, I think I can show you this here. Stage winner here. What do we got here? Watch on X. Stage winner, Tim Merlier. That's their little things they do before the tour starts. Good win for Tim here. That's his second win of the Tour de France this year. Second win of a stage of the Tour de France. Time since finish. Everyone's done, guys. Everyone is done. Just don't see those final rankings here. Let's give this a little refresh. Maybe we can show coming in. Yeah, huge group of 45 riders just crosses the finish line on the delayed feed. Next rankings. They should be here now. Yeah, they're just being highlighted slowly. Here's Perry Ponch coming in. This must be the start of the big group that came in together. And it's showing 5 minutes and 39 seconds down. Ooh, Sean Flynn had a rough day out there today, folks, for Team Picnic Postal. 4 minutes and 37 seconds down, so very unfortunate for him. And look at Rickert here. Rickert, that led all day, that was probably, like, say, on a 165 kilometer break, finishes 3 minutes down. Absolutely just turned the engine off at the end. We're going to take a look at the general ranking. So, guys, after 9 stages, I keep saying 7. Taddy in first, Remco in second, Kevin Vauquelin in third. Nothing's changed there. Vingegaard fourth. This was a flip-flop here. Jorgensen and Mathieu van der Poel flip-flopped in the standings. Oscar Only still looking really strong here at 249 back. Florian Lipowitz for Red Bull. Roglic, same positions as before, 8th and 9th place. Tim Wellens keeps the polka dot jersey because there was nothing available today. Winner of the stage, Tim Merlier. Most combative, Jonas Rickert. Skelmos still keeps his 10th place. So we'll probably see we're going to see a transition starting tonight. I'm sure all focus now will go to Skelmos. Big Johnny, dude. This is tonight. Hey Johnny, great job. We'll see you next week. There's a couple stages he has a chance of winning. Yeah, so this was the town where Mark Cavendish got his first win way back in 2008. He was racing as of last year. When everyone told him to retire, he should quit, all the armchair critics, all the media that ask the same questions over and over. Guys, I like to stay neutral if I can. Yeah, he didn't listen to anyone, and he did it. 35 stage wins at the Tour de France as of last year. I still think he could have won one. I want to get back to the chat here, guys, and then I'm going to be shutting her down. Tony C asking, is Vinny overrated right now? I just don't think he has the lead-out train. Okay, let me just back up here. Ruben saying, thanks for the stream. Thank you, Ruben, for being here tomorrow, dudes. Poggy still got the jersey. Easy. Yeah, easy stuff for him. Just saying, it was not close. Merlier threw the bike forward, but he didn't need to. Yeah, I think Jonathan Milan was kind of baked at that point. The guys, again, they are the most elite athletes in the world, but they have been riding for 4 hours plus. Is that how long this took today? I don't even know. How long did the stage take today? Let's think about that for a second. Okay, so it took 3 hours and 28 minutes and riding close to 32 degrees Celsius, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. I'd probably last about 45 minutes in that, and I'd be doing about half the speed. So that's our general ranking. Let's see how the green points jersey changes, because Tim Merlier is in the mix, folks. He's in the mix, getting some points back. That puts Tim Merlier at 150 points, only 1 point behind Binyam Gourmet right now. Tequila Nichols here saying, Binny's okay, but he's definitely trying to hold his ground. Guys, I think a lot of this stuff too is you just need that confidence. You need to, once you get your first win, you're gonna get more. That's generally what you see. But if you don't get that win at all, it's like, oh man, it's tough for them. Sprinters rely on the confidence. Cole Kane, dude, thanks for being here again, man. Appreciate everything you've done for the channel, dude. Love seeing you on Strava too. I'll be checking out all your rides. You'll probably see my little crappy ride that I'm going to do today here right away soon. We got Calvin here. Did Taddy get the yellow jersey? Dude, Taddy's been still in it. He's wearing it today the whole day. Guys, to me, tour starts tomorrow. The tour is starting tomorrow.